There was a time where hip-hop culture and geek culture were at odds, clashing over dominance amongst society on who deserves the right to be considered best. The great culture feud lasted for decades, with no end in sight, until one crew decided enough was enough. Deuces, Liv, Bacardi, and Didge, collectively known as Geekset, stepped up where the world needed it and became the only place that blends hip-hop culture and geek together.
All right. Welcome back to the Geekset Podcast, the only podcast that blends hip-hop culture and geek culture together. I'm your boy Deuces, and with me I got my man Bacardi.
What's good, everybody? How we doing today?
We are doing good, and as always, I got my man Didge.
What is happening, people? What is happening, people?
Man, we are, I don't know about y'all, but I'm already a little bit lit.
It was a good podcast.
I'm feeling smooth.
Podcast day was.
So there's like a block party happening where our studio is at, and so yeah, we partook in the festivities.
That's how we gonna put it. All right.
We partook in the festivities.
We dabbled in with the neighbors.
We did. It was smooth.
It was smooth. And like I said, it's a nice night, man.
It's nice night.
The weather's good. You know what I'm saying?
The weather's, it's a nip in there now. It's a nip in there now.
Weather is wild.
Weather's good.
It's a nip in there now. It's June, so it's hopefully it just gets better and better.
It should be good by now.
Like I don't want to complain.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because it was fantastic. It is the evening now.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Now, we got a lot we want to talk about today, but I do want to talk about, because I don't think we talked about it on here yet, about us playing Evil Dead.
No, we didn't. And
has it been that long ago?
I mean,
it was between the two podcasts.
Because we got some footage on our YouTube, some gaming footage of us playing Evil Dead. And
the amount of stress.
Fam, have y'all played any more since then?
I played the campaign, and bro, the amount of stress.
I feel like it was very stressful. Like, bro, that's like when we played together, bro. I was like, I really couldn't understand why. Why this game?
First, we wasn't leveling up our characters.
The learning curve.
That part already.
The learning curve in the beginning, which is something like, are we in a day and age now where they make video games that don't tell you what the fuck to do no more? Like,
certain games do. I think some games is just like, hey, fam, you should know what you're doing by now.
Should I?
We should have known what we was doing.
Because we was playing
when we found out where it was, I definitely felt like, I should have known that.
Right.
I should have known that.
And, we was playing bad games, getting slaughtered. Like, why?
I'm definitely used to seeing a highlighted, like, go here. I'm used to that. Like, go here, level up. At least the first time.
The tutorial didn't even tell us that. Usually the
tutorial definitely. Because you know what it is? The tutorial usually gives you a level up to show you how to level up.
Yeah, the tutorial definitely didn't say anything about leveling up, and I was just.
You got the tutorial straight from the book of Necronomicon. Like, bro, we finna teach you how to fail.
But the funny thing about it is, then we leveled up, and we was like, oh, hell yeah. We about to whoop these
bro, but every time, we was doing good. Every time something stupid would happen, that would just ruin everything.
Like, it made, like, bro, like... I don't think I've played because it reminds me a lot of like I said, other than the fact that it's like a 4-1, but it still gives me the elements of like Left 4 Dead and kind of realms of like, you know what I'm saying, like kind of the nature or whatever. But it's like, bro, it is like one mistake, and it's like, it really is what I'm understanding. This is why I don't like the 4-1 games, is because I always feel like the person who's the monster actually gets a really better advantage.
I don't think they do. I think, because we remember, every time we would get to the point where we needed to find the dagger and the pages, and they'd be at like level 8, 9. But we would always do something stupid between, because we were like, we got time. I'm about to go try to find a better weapon, or we're going to split up and try to do both at the same time. And it's like, why are we doing this? After a while, I felt like I was watching the movie like, fam, y'all don't stick together. Y'all gonna die. Like,
but I mean, we also kept fighting like, what the fuck was it? The ones that with no face.
The transporting one.
Yeah,
and then the titty one.
The titty one was. I never, unfortunately, like, luckily, I didn't get caught with the titty one.
I like how you started with unfortunately. Like, unfortunately, I didn't get the motorboat. You know.
Yeah, I didn't want to say unfortunately.
Bro,
I was so upset because it just felt like it was out for me. Because it was just like, fam, why? I literally finished, get up trying to get my character together,
He back at you like, oh yeah.
Like, man, what
You
is
was definitely Deadeye energy, fam.
Yeah, but the one that teleporting one was fucking us up.
Dude, that's really what, and it really don't
That
be,
one was
cause I feel
fucking
like we can survive. It's like that's what I'm saying. Like the when you turn into the actual boss, like or whatever, like the as the bad guy, and turn to that motherfucker is OP as a bitch.
Yes, and I don't know if
Like-
that's because we not leveled up enough, or if we doing something wrong. But the nigga come in like.
Cause I can fight everybody. Cause that's really,
Black
cause
energy,
that's really what it be. Cause I feel like from watching what we was playing, bro, it's like you can really, as the bad guy, you set those teleporters up.
Yeah.
Those, you know what I'm saying? So they kind of spawn, whatchamacallit, and let them motherfuckers y'all fight. I'm gonna get a little level up out of that. I'm gonna eat. I'm gonna sit back, and then I'm gonna get my nigga, and you gonna still have to deal with all these supporting niggas, and I finna come in on your ass too.
Right.
Like,
Yeah.
Like, cause a lot of it feel like we would get stuck. Like, if you get really stuck in a moment where you think you're fighting all in this area, you really just build this nigga up.
Right.
And then at that point, like, you gotta really just gotta like leave. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like, kind of
yeah,
keep.
that's what it is. Like we get stuck in that group, and then we're like just taking niggas out.
You're right.
You know what I'm saying? Thinking we leveling up, but it's really leveling.
Like you're like, cause I mean, like every hit, every attack, every spawn.
Yeah.
Like that's what I'm saying. Like it's more things that they can like he can spawn and level them up. Where it's just we just gotta fight and kill.
Right.
To level up. You know what I'm saying? Like that's why I said it feels like it's all those 4 to 1s to me always kind of feel like it's like the bad guy is OP. Yeah. Cause you have to like
No, because Dead by Daylight, I feel like.
they didn't really have minions though.
Yeah, I was gonna say Dead by Daylight. It didn't feel as OP as this, cause like you said, because of the minions.
Yeah.
Dead by Daylight, you could damn near juke every single one of them. Like, I done played minion matches where you go, all right, I'm good around.
Yeah. And then also like the added elements of one like with the with your madness, not madness.
Oh, your fear.
You feel?
Fear
Oh, no, so I will say this though: the game itself embodies Evil Dead.
Oh,
Yeah.
of course.
Cause like I said, that scare tactic,
Yeah.
like not like being on your own or wandering, or the fact having your fear meter.
Everybody having their own thing that sort of heightens it.
Yeah, like and when it popped, like it really is random
And then
as
you
a
get-
bitch.
And then you get possessed randomly.
Like,
out of
right,
this,
yeah, like when the fear come up, all that kind of shit. Like, bro, it's really like that shit. I think that's what makes the game harder too, because it's really like adding that stress level to your character. Like you really, and I think even when I was playing it, like when we was playing it, like I didn't really look at my stress shit.
No,
like
not at all.
I think we acknowledged it at one point when I realized I was like, yeah, if you buy your like it showed like if you read the character, like if you buy yourself or whatever, it'll go up faster or some shit like that. But like in the beginning, we really was like that's what I say. You can't split up. It's gotta be 2 for 2. Like you really don't want to wander. And I think those are the things that like if you really want to play, like it's one of those games that is like
You and that's the messed up part is I knew that going in. Fam, because I was on the GVN podcast, I told them we was about to start playing it. And shout out to Jayla from GVN. She was like, look, I'm going to give you a thing. If you with a team, y'all need to stick together. And I was like, yeah, of course. I know. It makes sense. We didn't stick together. Like
we didn't stick together.
And I thought of it after we played. I'm like, bro, she's going to, like, if she watches this, she's like, man, I told y'all to stick together.
like you didn't do nothing I told you to do.
Now one thing, but yeah, man. So if you're watching this already, then go find the Geekset Gaming. If you're listening to this, go to youtube.com/GeeksetPodcast because we got some gaming stuff on there. I played WrestleMania 2000 and forgot how to pin.
Dog, I was so frustrated
That's
watching
funny.
that.
That's funny. Like I feel like that's hilariously funny
and
to
the
me.
nigga stole my pin.
Bro, I was so mad watching that. I'm sitting there watching. The nigga kept, because he couldn't remember, so you just kept flipping fam over. I'm like, bro, if you don't figure this shit out. I was.
Oh, you kept flipping them?
Because he didn't know how to pin.
Ain't it?
What you think it is?
Ain't it?
I thought it was C up, to be honest.
I thought it was a down C.
See, it's not none of the C's. It's L.
Is it the L?
Yes,
I feel like I changed my buttons.
Oh, I looked it up. I googled it.
Oh,
it's
man.
L.
I feel like I changed my buttons. Fam, you had to look it up. You couldn't just go to the pause menu and look at your buttons.
I did it. There's nothing in it.
No, yeah, there's no control in the
game,
pause.
I'm like, oh shit, I forgot to pin.
You see that in the video too.
Pause, I'm like, okay, where's the control? I was like, oh shit, the controls, it ain't here now.
No, I was so frustrated. I'm watching this. I'm like, dog, this nigga don't just figure this shit out.
So
Like,
then I was like, I'm trying to just like, I'm a TKO him. I'm knocking him out. And I did a suplex on one nigga, and then the nigga pinned. So I was like, oh, I must have either turned or something. So I hit, and he did a move, and I was like, oh shit. And then he stole my pin, dog. Very first match in my WrestleMania career. Dog.
Got your pin stuff, fam.
dog, sad. He definitely started off
But-
0-1.
My second match was a tag team. It was me and you against the Hardy Boys. We whooped them niggas' ass.
Who got the pin?
He found out by then.
Yeah, no, I found out by then.
You got it? Okay.
After he lost, he probably Googled it. Obviously, that's off camera. Yeah. But he probably
I
Googled
definitely
it.
did. In between the match, I'm like, let me just Google that shit real
Listen,
quick.
I can't do this again.
But the gaming, I'm just having fun putting gaming stuff up in. Our commentary is hilarious, dog.
Yeah. I mean, we definitely gotta play some more Evil Dead. Like, I actually want to play the campaign. Like, bro, the game.
I really
like I said, playing
was,
like
multiplayer.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Because like I said, like playing a little bit of the story, like the act, like it's a lot. It really is. It's really like playing some Resident Evil. It has its intense moments. It's really fucking scary. Yeah. Like it's really, and it's like, bro, I didn't like as loose as this game is, like how free flowing it run around is like. I wasn't expecting to be really like that was more like action adventure with a little bit of horror, but it's like
they really put some work into the campaign, and it's just as stressful. Like
and then like the finishers
are
so dope, dog.
Yeah, like
gory, you know,
gory, of course.
Like it's like I'm really happy we got this Evil Dead game. Like I've actually been a fan. I played a lot of the Evil Dead games. Like Dreamcast had one, like you know what I'm saying, that came out, and most of them were really like side scrollers you know what I'm saying, and things of that nature. So it's like, to me, the franchise of Evil Dead is for one is it's fucking zombies and chainsaws and you know what I'm saying. So it's like you really can't go wrong with it. But I feel like we never really had something that was like big enough. Like I feel like we should have all easily have been just gotten we could have easily got a story. Like, you know what I'm saying, like a Resident Evil game with Ash. Like, you know, third person, you know what I'm saying? Like, we really could have gotten that.
That would have been
you know what I'm saying? Which would have been, if we can't get another movie with Bruce, then just have Bruce make the games. You know what I'm saying?
It's dope how much he's promoting it. He be on Twitter loving seeing like people's videos about it.
Well, I love the fact that how much he embodied and embraced Evil Dead as the whole.
Yeah.
Because, you know, obviously it's very campy. It's easy for somebody to be like, but it was good for the time I'm off of it. So it's like for him to just be like, no, fuck that. I still love this.
But I mean, it's like Evil Dead to me it sits in its own place.
Yeah.
Like the whole franchise of Evil Dead like sits in its own place as like horror. It's like horror. It's like horror, and it wasn't horror comedy at first. It really was a horror film.
Really horror film.
Like
it's very campy, and it's wild because too much camp. It's easy to be like, bro, what are we doing here? And it takes to take you out of it. But somehow they straddled that line of it that you just like, I want more of this.
Yeah, especially like with the show. Oh my god.
Right.
Yeah, the show did. Yeah, but I mean the movie, like I said, I've always been like it's like Evil Dead, Evil Dead 2, and Army of Darkness, and all them are like like I said, they got their own place, but they in a top tier area of like movie. You know what I'm saying? Like my horror movies, whatever. Like I can't put them in the top 5, whatever. But it's like if they just like I don't know what you want to call it, but because they're just literally in their own spot.
But like now, you know what?
But I would watch all all of those.
What you can put them in is if we're talking horror franchises, this may be top tier in top 5 horror franchises.
This might be.
I mean, I can say that like it would be
because you think about like just
the continuity of it, like
the longevity.
This is one of the very few horror franchises that hasn't missed.
It was really crazy though. Is it really? Evil Dead, like Evil Dead's the originator of it, but it was like Chucky did this. Like
Chucky had some major misses.
Right, but I mean that's because it came out later. But you gotta think how serious Chucky was till it's like we just gonna really go campy now, and then
but I'm saying,
you ate him.
That's a perfect example of the camp that went too far.
Yeah, because they camp went too far, but Evil Dead camp we was like, yeah, we cool with this.
Where do you think they went too far in the camp of Chucky?
Once they went.
I was saying Bride of Chucky might have been just the plummet. They looked at camp and was like,
C was the plummet for me. Bride I was fine with.
Bride was the start of that's when they were looking over the campiness hill and like I could dive off that. And C was just I'm free falling now. Like
hey. I mean, Bride I was fine with because it brought. What's the name, man? I love her anyway.
Yeah. Okay.
So that's what I said. The seed was to me was like y'all doing a lot because this nigga ain't got nothing to do with nobody.
Well,
like you know what I'm saying? Like y'all made a new character for no apparent reason. You know what I'm saying?
Seed is the free fall in the camp.
Like so that's what to me seed was like.
No, so here's for me. Bride was if this is the line. They went right over the line. I said, hey, don't do that again. And then C, they was like, fuck that shit. They just kept on running. But so Bride, that's what I like Bride. There was moments that I was like, all right, man.
Right.
Like I feel like they went just right over the line.
They took a step. They took a step.
Because I mean, that's what it was like. Because Bride, but I understood Bride though because we already knew the history of Chucky and what's name being girlfriend and boyfriend. So we just got them in Dow form and it was kind of killing. And I was like, okay, I could deal with this because like now if they finna just terrorize as like a couple Dow group and just go through neighborhoods like fine. But when they gave them
the kid
a fuck scene and a baby came, you doing too much. Like. You doing too much. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like I don't think Evil Dead ever touched that.
Well, that's what I said.
But also feel like
we're saying that.
But I also feel like they also stopped it in time because I mean, Ash really was already time traveling.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So they could have threw this nigga into somewhere there to be like, bro, you better.
We didn't go full camp.
That's what I said. They stopped it early. Right. I feel like they was getting there though when they created Evil Ash and all that kind of shit. It was like we gonna
make a case for this. You can make a case for this being top. Like a top 4 franchise.
They did, like I said, they're one of the very few that didn't have a miss.
Yeah, I feel like it's definitely in the comments or whatever who watching the pod, like if anyone feel like any of the Evil Dead movies was a miss. Like I feel some people say that some people really I think people don't like 2 though. I think a lot of people consider 2 Evil Dead 2 because you know Evil Dead 2 was him coming back to the cabin. Yeah. They consider that one like the worst one because it was like one over again.
Are they considered like?
Is it bad compared to Evil
all
Dead?
The other ones?
But I mean, that's like I feel.
Or is it like revered? Like okay, we don't talk about that.
No, I don't think. I think it's just one of that. I think that's why. I think that's why it flipped to the Army of Darkness thing because 2 was when he got the you know what I'm saying, cut his hand. Because 2 was when it started getting goofy. But 2 was the hand fucking with him and doing all this shit.
But I get that. But are people saying 2 is bad or is it Jason X bad?
No, I don't think. Yeah,
that's what I'm saying.
Like out of all these,
because I don't mind 2. I don't mind 2.
But I mean, I don't think they call it bad. I think that's because it was that transition. I don't think it's Jason X bad. But Evil Dead 2 was the transition into like Army of Darkness. Like so if you take a sip,
understand it being the weakest out of all of them.
Yeah.
But like I said, Jason X is just bad.
You know,
there's no
see the Chucky is bad. You know?
there's no
Jason X has a place in my heart, but I don't like it. It's in a dark place. You know what I'm saying? It's in a dark place in my heart. It's in a dark place in my heart, but it's really because it's like, how did y'all do this? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, how did y'all take Jason here? You know what I'm saying? Like, and it was because before that, Freddy had him. Like, nigga, you gave me what I really wanted. You know what I'm saying? Like, Freddy grabbed that nigga helmet, like, and
I thought Jason X came before.
No, I thought Jason X was the last one.
Jason X? Let me double check. I thought Jason X came before that.
Which one was that one?
Jason X is the space
Jason
one.
Goes to Hell. The Jason Goes to Hell, I thought was before Jason X.
Jason X is the space one, I thought.
It is the space one. That's 10.
Yeah, of course.
But Jason Goes to Hell, I think is the one before.
Jason X came out in 2002. Let me look at Freddy versus Jason.
No, not Freddy versus Jason. Jason Goes to Hell. The ending of Jason Goes to Hell.
Never mind.
Yeah, the ending of Jason Goes to Hell. That's what I'm saying. Like, niggas saw the ending of Jason Goes to Hell when Freddy grabbed this nigga mask, and we like, bet!
Now I know what you're talking about.
And then this nigga in space?
Immediately you said Freddy had him, I just went straight to Freddy versus Jason. I'm like, no, there's no.
Cause we didn't even get Freddy versus. That's what I'm saying. We were so mad. It was like, bro, you gave us the perfect ending to Jason, and you wait like then there's 8 years later to finally give us the movie.
No, now you're making sense. Yeah, I just fucked up there because I'm like, there's no way. Because there's no way they went from Freddy versus Jason to say.
I think it's shit like that though that made Jason like Jason X track and it's like what? Like why? You know what I'm saying?
You know what? Every franchise do have a moment where it's like, why? Like because
Freddy didn't have one. They had
the remake.
The remakes were bad, but it's like in his franchise run, he didn't have.
The remake is still part of it. It's a miss.
No, it's a miss, but I don't consider. I guess my thing. I give.
His late because I was gonna say like
Freddy was in the runner for like he ain't have a miss, and then the remakes came.
But see, that's why I don't call it a miss because it wasn't the same actor. Like I feel like the franchise.
You can't do that
because I feel like if he would have won that one, then he would have started a new franchise with him. So he was a miss for that franchise to like bring. You know what I'm saying? That's why like Robert Englund's franchise of Freddy there is no miss. And I don't even watch. Like I didn't watch.
No, but I'm talking about in a full because like anything, it's still branded the name. It's still branded like that's the whole franchise that's a miss in that franchise. I'm talking about at that level.
I mean, I guess in that level. I mean, yeah.
Yeah, because I was going to get into like Alien versus Predator. That to me was a miss.
I like Alien vs. Predator. Requiem was the miss.
No.
Alien vs. Predator, I was like, it's this cool.
Because when I saw the Predator running with fucking Sanaa Lathan, I said, this is the most. What the fuck is this? I was like, that was my what the fuck.
That was hilarious. I was
like, wait,
I was like, this is wild.
I was like, nigga, what the fuck?
But, I mean,
and then Requiem was a mess as well too.
Requiem, like I said, Alien vs. Predator, misses, right? I could deal with. Requiem was the miss. So that one got a miss. Like I said,
we know Jason X. We know, like I said, we already said the remakes of the franchise.
Leprechaun in the Hood.
Leprechaun in the Hood. Oh my god.
Hey,
it's a miss.
No. That's not what I'm saying. What's hilarious is I did a podcast. It was top 10 most iconic horror movies. Was it? No, top 10 horror icons, and Leprechaun made it solely for Leprechaun in the Hood for somebody's list. I ain't gonna throw that person out there, but they'll hear this and know who they is. And I cried laughing.
I mean, Leprechaun in the Hood is iconic, bro.
It is iconic, but
like,
he went back to the hood.
But it's still, what the fuck?
He went back to the hood.
He went back, yeah.
Nobody bring that part up. It's like, not only did he go to the hood, he left and was like, bro, I'm going to go back.
Hey.
Had the most fun in the hood. You know what I'm saying?
Shout out Paige Kennedy, because he was in Back to the Hood.
Was he in Back to the Hood?
He fucking was.
I did not know that.
Hilarious.
So shout out to that nigga Paige Kennedy.
Yeah, like a leopard, leopard, like, and I feel like, but it's crazy because it's like, I mean, it's just, it was like,
that nigga had a fucking a beef with Ice-T.
Like, bro, Leprechaun was literally in the hood, bro.
That nigga shot. I think he shot Ice-T.
So that was their miss. For Halloween, which was it 3? That was one that didn't have Michael Myers. That was their early miss.
Yeah, they had that early miss.
And that's when it changed hands, so yeah.
What else is a great like horror franchise that we missed?
Because that was the one I was like, the Curse of Michael Myers, I think Halloween 3 was, yeah.
Obviously, Aliens, I guess if you didn't like Alien vs. Predator or Requiem, you get it for both of them there.
Mm-hmm.
And right, because I mean, Alien and Predator franchise were pretty much combined together, so you're really going to get that.
What's another?
Franchise, scary movies. What? Not scary movies, Screams. I said the TV show. That was
I didn't watch the TV show.
I didn't watch. I saw a couple episodes and it was.
TV show was a miss.
I didn't watch TV.
Which one? When they changed the match or when they went back to it?
Whichever was the one that was on MTV.
That was when they changed the match. That was a miss.
That one was.
Resident Evil was full of all misses.
Yeah, Resident Evil. They should.
No, they got a few wins.
The one that just came out on Netflix was a win.
It ain't came out yet.
No, the one that came. It was another one that came out.
No,
the series.
We saw the trailer. It didn't come out yet.
No, it was a series. It was like a series. Yeah, you talking? It's a series, like a 3-episode series thing that came out.
When Resident Evil, when the first movie came out, we was okay with the first movie, though.
I wasn't. Did you play the game when it came out? Like, you beat the game? You did everything? Then you shouldn't have been.
I went in with the, all right, it's not going to be exactly like the game.
No.
I was okay with it. And then
I was not. Fan, they gave you a character that you didn't know. Like, the biggest battle was her fighting the fucking laser light, laser trap. Like,
at that time.
That wasn't even a thing in the game. I'm like, bitch, I don't fight lasers in the game. Like, there is no acrobatic scene of this in the video game. Like,
I know what you did last summer. I guess would be another one. What was it? I always know. Was that the third one?
Yeah, that one was a miss.
That was the miss. Quiet as kept. The TV show.
I didn't watch the TV show.
Great. Hey, I love it.
I ain't gonna hold you though.
Are you gonna watch it?
I didn't watch it.
Let me tell you about the twist. I can give you the twist, but the twist had me like, what?
Yeah.
Like, so the TV show is great. I thought I went going again. I was like, this might be the miss. This might be a miss. And even like after the first 2 episodes, I was like, this still could be a miss. It was wild.
Right.
But then as you going through it, then the twist at the end, I was like, bro, I love this. I love all this. I want this to come back for another season.
How many seasons is it?
It was only one season. It was 8 episodes. It's on Amazon Prime. You should check it out.
All right. So other ones that we forgot to mention, Hellraiser had 10 movies.
I didn't watch all of them.
I didn't watch all of them, so I couldn't say that.
But Hellraiser is definitely in the ballpark of just fucking doing what the fuck they want to do. Because they spend more time making characters that'd be like, why is this nigga in here?
Right. They showed
That's
that.
how-
Like the last one I remember watching was when them niggas was in the club and he turned all these niggas into goddamn this nigga had CDs out his head
I do
shooting
remember that
CDs.
one.
Like, bro, this ain't no nigga in hell. Like,
That might have been a miss for them.
like
All right, so then we have the Saw franchise.
I don't like
the last Saw would be
I didn't
the miss
I didn't
Chris
like
Rock
Saw
one.
for the
Dude,
first
there was
one.
a couple of them that.
I literally after the
I mean,
first
it's-
Saw, I was good
I
on.
think like 6 and 7. I was like,
I think Saw was just declining in general because it was
Yeah.
like it was the same.
Well, I think the 1, 2, and 3 was like this, and then it went.
Because what it was though, it was because we was intrigued by 1, 2, and 3 was intrigued by a lot of the traps.
Yeah.
But by the end of 3, they started actually making the story where it's
Yeah.
like now you following old
You're
girl
right. You're
and
right.
all these other motherfuckers shit going on where it's like, bro, I just want to know who dying next.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
I literally the first one. After that, I'm just like, this just feels like the same movie with different traps. I'm
I
okay.
mean, yeah, that would
I
definitely.
that's what I'm saying. Like the first, so if you watched, you was that's what I'm saying. You was only 1 or 2 people in the first 3 Saws. You either was happy to watch each one for new traps,
Yeah.
or you like this is the same shit. And
Right.
I'm not. You know what I'm saying?
And that was definitely me.
So that's what. So by 3, that's where I was like, and it wasn't like over like at the end like by 4, but in the middle of 3 watching it, I'm like, I'm over this. You know what I'm saying? Like, but that's what I'm saying. Like that's how they get you by the
Is
end
the
of
Purge
3.
on your list?
But
No, not. But the Purge is. Yeah, but the Purge got a couple of minutes.
Outside, because that's considered still horror, right? I
Yeah.
guess.
yeah, it's survival horror.
It's 5 horror.
The Purge, yeah.
Hey, look, I was enjoying the show. I ain't going.
I
I
didn't
didn't
watch
watch
the
the show.
I watched the show to completion. That motherfucker was actually interesting.
The Purge, I don't know. I mean, that was another thing I just started feeling like the same thing.
It always definitely the same thing.
Like-
But I mean, like I said, at the same thing. Purge 1, 2, and 3 was just really just like boom, and then when they went to the first Purge, that's when they started doing.
That
the
was when they
story.
started doing the
Yeah,
story.
story.
And
Yeah.
it was like on the last Purge, and like they started creating this whole political thing, and then the show really got into that shit. Like,
Right.
No, but the other one they had was the Conjuring universe.
I
They
don't
didn't
see.
have a miss.
I don't see it missing.
I don't see
They
it
didn't
miss.
have a miss,
That's what I'm
yes.
saying, like,
But I mean, you talking about the whole universe?
Ooh,
No.
no,
they
The
got
whole
they
universe.
got 8 films.
Yeah, because the whole universe also got was like the Curse of La Llorona's in there.
And that's a miss.
The Curse of
Because
La
I mean,
Llorona.
because the
That
last.
wasn't a miss.
No, Curse
No,
of
the
La
last
Llorona
Cause a lot
was-
of
Yeah, that one
and but I'm like the last one was a miss to me though.
The Devil Made Me Do It.
I didn't care for that one.
I like the Devil
It
Made
didn't.
Me Do
It didn't do enough for me at all
Okay.
compared to the Conjurers.
I like
It
the
did
Devil
not.
Made
Like
Me
that
Do
was
It.
that was a miss, and I was mad because I really loved the name. I'm like this motherfucker gonna be bananas, and it just and it wasn't. It wasn't.
Okay.
It wasn't enough for me.
All right, so I got the bigger list. All right,
And you know, kind of be like
Final
safe on.
Destination film, universe.
They don't have a miss.
I was gonna say they don't. I can understand if somebody would have said they had a miss,
No.
but it's like I don't think they have a miss.
They don't have. If anything, the reason they don't have a miss is because everybody watches everyone for the opening death.
And it's like what?
Because the whole movie is really based off that. Because everybody's trickled from that. So it's
So
like,
it's like, what else would you really want from this?
I think they could have started. They started getting it to a miss when they started having black fans. Like, is you deaf or is you not deaf? Like, where is you? Who are you in this? Like, why are you here?
That's
like,
a fair statement.
Like when they started adding this nigga, like where he like talking like you don't want to cheat death, and you know, I'm like,
that's
bro,
a
how
fair-
you know this?
That's a fair statement.
Like because if they would have went down his path. Then now they turn Final Destination to a whole nother supernatural,
I still
because
say
right
the
now
first one was
supernatural,
the most traumatic one.
like I said, supernatural to me was so great because it was all from the first movie is still like top tier because it was a coincidental movie, where it's like everything you saw niggas die, it's like bro, this shit really can happen.
Bro, the first one was the most traumatic one because we had to fly home the next day.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what?
Literally,
the
we
next
watched it the night
we was
and
leaving.
we
We was leaving Orlando.
Oh, like,
to
y'all had
fly
to
home,
fly-
and I'm like, why are we doing this? I'm like halfway through the movie, like, why are we doing this?
Oh my god.
Like,
All right, so then they also have the Paranormal Activity.
I didn't watch all of them, but I feel like those were the same thing. I feel like those.
I saw the first like 2, and then I think I got like halfway through 3 because there's 4 of them, right?
Paranormal
Yeah, it's four-
Activity?
it's
No,
five.
7 of them, nigga.
7? Shit. I watched like 2.5.
Yeah, 'cause they doing a lot right
7
now.
of these motherfuckers.
Jesus. Oh, is that including like Cause isn't what's the
No, they're all just called Paranormal.
Oh no,
Activity.
never mind.
Yeah,
I
there's
was
different ones
thinking
like
of
lost
that,
ones, like because so many just random stories. I don't even think you follow a timeline.
What's
Something
the
like
one? I forgot the name of it. I can't even describe it. I thought it was in the Paranormal Activity universe. It might be in the Conjuring universe. Now that I'm thinking about it, because all those ain't the Conjuring.
what you thinking about? Dude that was killing the family, Sinister.
Yeah, that was
and like
No,
Insidious and all of that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's their own shit. I think that's their own universe too.
Okay.
Yeah, it is. But like, so it's Paranormal Activity, Paranormal Activity 2, Paranormal Activity 3, Paranormal Activity 4, Paranormal Activity the Mark 1, the Ghost Dimension, Next of Kin, the Other Side.
Oh yeah, no, I saw like 2
Yeah.
and then half of 3. Like,
Yeah, I ain't watched it. I think I watched.
I saw half of 1. I said, this is bullshit. I didn't like Paranormal Activity at all.
I mean, it was nerve wracking if you watch in the middle of the night where everybody else is now asleep.
Hey, you know what horror movie is underrated? And I loved it ever since I first saw it. Drag Me to Hell.
Drag Me, you know what Paranormal? Like,
Drag Me to Hell came back. Yeah, came. I like how it ended. Yeah, I like.
I liked it too. You know what Paranormal Activity movie is kind of not Paranormal Activity, but kind of sort of. The Fifth Kind was my shit. That was where they were like, it was like.
I don't know if I saw that.
You never seen The Fifth Kind?
Let me look up.
I can't remember.
Pretty much, it was the story of this dude who claimed that he got abducted by aliens. So, but they're using actual footage from his therapy. Like, this is a real story, and then they're reenacting, but they're playing both of them like side to side. So, like, you're seeing the actual therapy sessions of him telling it, and then you see you say it's going through everything.
Close Encounters of the Fifth Kind?
No, I think it was just called The Fifth Kind.
So the Fifth Kind is an old movie.
It's a 2020.
No,
That's a redid. No, that's a redid movie. The one he talking about came out like down there during Sixth Sense time.
Yeah.
The Fourth Kind.
Fourth Kind.
Came out in 2009, by the way.
2009, yeah.
When did Sixth Sense come out?
Sixth Sense came out in 99.
Did it?
Yeah.
Maybe
Well,
98.
Yeah, I said
Sixth
that.
Sense.
The Fourth Kind, I mean, yeah. And so, like, you know, and
I remember the cover of the Fourth Kind.
yeah, and then even at the end, like, so, yeah, because you probably remember the owl. There was an owl that was in it. That was like,
Yeah, I didn't watch it. I'm going to have to check
oh,
the
it's
season
really
from Shudder.
good because, like I said, it's eerie because, like, you're hearing the actual footage and you're seeing the reenactment, but you're seeing also the actual like therapy sessions.
Yeah.
And then it ends on a cliffhanger of like because one of the things that he does is he keeps a camera in his room. So like now, not only are you hearing the therapy session, you're seeing him documenting it, and then there's something happens at the end. And then, like, of course, they say like he hasn't been seen or something like that. I didn't follow up on that story, but it was like, yo,
But it's one of them. It's one of them. It's like how Blair Witch is.
Yeah,
Oh,
Like
so
where
it's
it really grasp. Matter of fact, it probably would have came around.
It came out in 09. Blair Witch came out also in like 99.
Was it?
Yeah, Blair Witch came out. I was young.
Blair Witch is that much of a legend?
Blair Witch came out when I was young. That was one of the first horror movies.
Blair Witch has some misses too.
Oh yeah,
Blair Witch, I think 3 or 2.
Blair Witch after the first Blair Witch.
Once we saw them on Conan, and we were like, this shit's fake. It took away the flair.
Yeah, after the first Blair Witch, I mean they had nothing but misses after that one.
Yeah, they kind of fucked up.
Jeepers
They dropped the
Creepers
ball.
had some misses.
They dropped the
I
ball.
know Jeepers Creepers, dog.
Yeah.
But those last two ones was like, damn.
First one was great.
Versus the second one.
Second one was good
I
too.
love the second one when it was on the bus with the kids, man. Like that. The second one was dope to me.
Second one was going down the line though. They was getting there.
Nah, I thought second
I thought
one.
the first two were good.
First one was good. The second one was
great
good,
because
but I
of
feel like
way
the
they
ending.
had the song always playing.
Yeah.
The second one I didn't like because I feel like it wasn't if I can remember it, like
That's what
we knew why he was back, but I felt like it wasn't as because it was like a one night thing. You know what I'm saying? It was really just like a standoff.
It's always a
But that's
one
how
night thing.
in the first one it just didn't tell you that, so you didn't realize it. It didn't tell you that he was only back for a night in the first one. The second one is when they started sort of getting into the lore. Because remember the first one, the nigga was just there terrorizing, and you didn't realize this is. I mean, obviously you know this all happened at night because it didn't show different days in the movie, but like you didn't.
I swear they said that. I swear they said it was one night in the movie. In the
I
first
don't remember
movie.
saying that in the first one at all. The first one was just because remember the first one he was up to the nigga the eyes.
Yeah.
Because remember that's why I ended with the Jeepers Creepers.
Right. I mean, they took that nigga too. Like you thought you was gonna get rid of this nigga, and he got it. Cause I thought they knew that, and they were trying to hold out from this nigga throughout the night, but he got dude last.
I
Like
thought
nope,
he was-
you got to go
No,
too.
They was just trying to get away from that
Remember,
nigga.
he went to go save his sister,
Right.
and then they was just trying to escape at that point.
Right. That's what I'm saying. I thought he scooped dude, and we thought he was safe. Like no, nigga,
No,
you finna get.
remember the whole thing about Jeepers. Once he gets your scent,
He can always find you.
And I remember they had a standoff in that building.
Well, the reason why they was trying to escape because he had his sister scent.
Right.
Right, and so once he saved his sister and they ran out, now it became I'm just coming after you. But the reason why they had the stance is because they did fight him, they tried to pin him down, but he was relentless coming after them because of his sister. But then he ended up getting his scent, and that's how he got his eyes.
But that's what I'm saying. But I thought dude offered himself. Didn't he? I thought he said like take me instead.
Let me see.
Like I thought that's the only reason it ended in the stand up because he's like just take me instead, fam.
Nah, don't believe
No,
it.
she offered her life to save him. And he was like, "You're not the one I want," basically.
Yeah, so
snatched
Yeah,
him.
that was the twist. We thought it was the sister. Like he wanted her.
Yeah, because we thought it was the sister because he had the sister at first, but remember he smelled his clothes when they was at the diner, and then he was like, "Why are you going through my underwear?" And then that's when he got his scent.
Yeah, because he smelled fear from both of them, and that's when he was like, "Oh, you figure out he sees something that he likes.
Yeah.
You don't know which one it is."
Yeah.
So I was saying like that's what made the first. Like the first one was cold to me because it was like, damn, I thought y'all was gonna get away, y'all didn't. And then the second one was just like, we just fighting this nigga now. Like we know who he is. It's gonna be a Mexican standoff fight. Like the first one, I love the first one.
But didn't the chick have some like a connection with it or something?
Let me go to the second.
Like they started, which I guess that makes sense. Like they started going more into lore in 2.
Yeah,
I mean, I love 2 too, but 1 because you didn't know him, like we didn't know what it was, and he was literally just terrorizing. Like he was like when you realize that one thing of him, like if he catch your scent, he's on you. Like that's what you got out of
he's
1.
He's one of my favorite horror monsters.
Because he was able to go, but like in 2, like the bus scene was cold, but it was just like, bro, like you
Bro,
just this
when
easy
they
pick.
thought they had him and he was hopping with the one, dog.
It was like.
Yeah, no. By the second,
I'm like, you
one,
just easy pickings for you
one of
now.
the girls, she had a vision about it.
Yeah.
So that's how they found out. But by the way, Bacardi was right. So a psychic told him in the first one though that he was coming to feast.
The black, yeah.
So they did know.
It was the black
He
lady.
was coming to feast, but did she say one day?
It's 23 days apparently, according to the synopsis in the second
It
one.
is.
Because it's every 23rd spring for 23 days.
Yeah.
And so I'm assuming she must have told her. It just said that she told them about the creature.
Yeah.
I could have sworn that they didn't know in the first one.
Because they came on the last day.
That's what it was. Okay.
They came on the last day, and he was trying to complete.
Yeah, he completed his thing. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He was completing the set. That's what he wanted to do. But that's what I'm saying. But 2, and that's what it was for me. I feel like 2, started going away from the completing the setup and completing. Like he really was just like, I'm out here I'm on niggas' ass.
It essentially is because in the synopsis on the first one, it does say on his last day, but then in the synopsis of the second one, so they must have retconned it immediately because the second one apparently is 3 days after the first one. So it's like, how is he still feeding? But even in the synopsis of the first one, it says it's on his last day.
Yeah, that's weird.
So they just immediately they was like,
it
shouldn't have been the last day. We're gonna make that day
Right.
day 12 or whatever.
So I feel like what they probably tried to do was make like the 3 movies probably was gonna be his last 3 days, like one setup of him running through.
Because 3 was supposed to be a day. Actually, it's 3 days after the first one, and a day after the third one. So the third one is supposed to be between the second and first one.
The third one was horrible.
The third one did suck.
The third one's supposed to be between them.
So I guess chronologically it's supposed to go 1, 3, 2, which is weird.
Yeah, they fucked it up. That's because they retconned.
But that's what I'm saying.
That's because they
had to
retconned.
retcon it.
It had to be because they retconned. Probably because of the same fact. You can't bring these niggas back 23 years later talking about we gonna do this again. Like you made this bigger, and probably that too. That they probably didn't think it was gonna sell. Like they probably
That's why I was
think
just
gonna
go look at the reception to see.
They probably think it's gonna get a reception. So you make this big ass like folk lore that says this nigga only come back 23 years later, like 23 years at a time, and y'all don't beat him the first time. So it's like that means if you don't beat him in 1, we ain't gonna see this nigga for 23 more years. Like you gotta bring this nigga back quicker than that. Like you know what I'm saying? Like. And that's what, because if you think about it, the way 1 ends would make it seem like, because we thought he completed his set, but it would make it seem like he just, like, nigga, I just.
So the retcon, retcon is Jeepers Creepers days 1, 2, Jeepers Creepers 3 days 2, 5, Jeepers Creepers 2 day 5, 6.
So it's supposed to be at the beginning of his feeding?
Yeah.
Crazy. They snapped. I think it's a situation like you said. Fam, that first one probably did way better.
But they are trying to bring it back out, aren't they?
I heard he got into some issues though. The writer and director. So I don't know if that's
like nigga. If you was thinking you was finna put together a fucking 23-day like movies together, like nigga, you might have just made a series, bro. Like he'd be cold with a series, 23 episodes, 23 days.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like.
Yeah, I don't know if Fam gonna come out with another Jeepers Creepers. He got convicted.
It's like he fucked his own self up with
convicted. Who, the director?
Yeah.
He got convicted of what?
Yeah.
He had sexual misconduct with a 12-year-old.
Oh, fuck
He
that
is
nigga.
a Jeeper Creeper.
Yeah, fuck that nigga then.
Somebody need to take.
What's wild is this was before Jeepers Creepers.
Somebody need to take that name. Then somebody need to buy the rights. Buy the rights
So
and bring it back.
I think.
Because I actually like the lore. If someone brought Jeepers Creepers and brought him back, brought it back, kept it to 23, the same lore, 23 days, whatever. But because you, like I said, you can't jump 23 years with everybody, so you would make one storyline, like a movie would be his 23-day reign. You know what I'm saying? And if you're gonna go into 3 trilogies, it might be like a week at a time or whatever. I mean, you wouldn't know. Yeah, like you can make it like they can time it out as they're doing the movie, but it's like it would be like it could still be like 1 month. It's really all happening in a month.
Yeah, pretty much.
So you can make 3 movies and make it all kind of happen, break down the month, how they finish. Like where like the first movie is them trying to figure out this nigga while he's going through a week-long terror of just decimating shit. The second movie is them pretty much like understanding his lore, and they start the fight with this nigga. You know what I'm saying? Like they start battling this nigga. So
it's coming back as a Reborn. It's called Jeepers Creepers Reborn, but it's a whole new director, writer. So it's in that same. So he must have sold the rights. He sold the rights.
But
it's set apart from the first 3 films because they probably.
Well, of course.
But now they can do a new 23 years.
They could, yeah.
Like they can do a new 23 years with another cast and everything.
I hope they don't fuck up the monster. They like the dog. He is, like I said, he is one of my favorite. Monsters.
I feel like they need to give us.
They don't change the design too much.
They need to give me a reason why he looks like that. I want to know was he human and became that? Because I feel like he was like the way. I mean, he's like the nigga drives a car and does like, you know what I'm saying, all human activities. Where it's like, who is this nigga? You know what I'm saying? Like
the nigga eats people's eyes, dog.
Like, fam,
that
but he don't need no car. The nigga got wings. You know what I'm saying? Like, why you want to drive? Like, why? Like that's what like to me. Like to me, one because he building a fear. That's what I'm saying. Like that's what I'm saying. Like one was so cold to me because it's like you ugly as a bitch as it is. That's enough fear. But I'm gonna actually drive you off the road so I can smell you in the air first. Like, yeah, okay, yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like,
he didn't have eyes.
Huh?
He didn't have eyes.
Oh yeah, he didn't have eyes until he took old boy eyes. Remember? So when
that's the whole point.
When he reborn, he's kind of reborn without
nothing.
senses.
So he must have, which is wild. So he must only have his nose from day one. Then.
Yeah.
That must be the only thing he always had.
That's a good thing. How does he look day one? Like because that had to be wild.
If we're going off what you had said before, you said the first movie was day 1 and 2. So he must only have his nose. That must be the only thing he's always born with. So he got to sniff you out. Then he's like, I need eyes.
In a big ass building, this nigga driving a Sanford and Son ass pickup truck with no eyes and a nose. That's all he got.
Maybe he still got hearing, so he's using that to drive.
In a straight line, like this nigga was like, it was like, bro.
Wasn't he like?
He was laying traps. I remember he blew their tire out. Didn't he blow somebody's tire out?
He was fucking him up, bro.
But wasn't that the second movie though? He started doing all that. I don't think he did it in the first movie.
The second movie, he blew the tire out with a fucking.
With his own goddamn spike, nigga. Threw that motherfucker like a frisbee, nigga. Like
I don't know. Maybe he uses echolocation.
Like,
and he was cold with it though.
Cause
like, that nigga running in the field. That nigga said.
Like this nigga was like the predator, bro. Like this nigga, like that's what I said. Like that's what I got. That's what
all he needed was eyes.
That's why I said you got. That's why I said you got to make. That's why I said it don't make sense to me because like I said one, and if it is that like one, it was like. It was pure terror and sensitive shit because it's like he didn't have none of that senses. So if he really was just, he was really just running you off, sniffing.
I think he had your
If I lived on like a farm, dog, during Halloween, I would dress like that nigga. If I was like by one of them farms by the freeway, I would dress like that nigga and it's just run with cars and shit like that.
America ain't the country. Because I mean, somebody gonna shoot you, dog. Somebody gonna shoot you.
And that's like, cause I think damn near. Like toward the middle, like in the beginning of Jeepers Creepers 1, you didn't even know this nigga was a monster yet. Like I really watched it, thought this nigga was hunting niggas like a regular dude.
Cause there's a nigga in the car.
Like the nigga. So that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Like I need that kind of understanding of like when did he get to this law of like understanding like I'm gonna need to get a pickup truck and run nigga every 20.
Maybe he reborn with it. Maybe that's it. Maybe that's his reborn truck.
Like 23 years ago, it was like you ain't got when you get your life. Like when you learn how to do this, nigga. Like
nigga wake up. That's how he reborn. He reborn right to drive.
Like this nigga popped in like the Terminator. Like you just popped in, land on Earth. The Terminator. Like I need your cars. I need your whip. I need your. You know what I'm saying?
Like immediately. hey, this is mine now.
Right, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's how you get the nose. Like, I got to kill somebody for this. He got the nose
Yeah,
and the whip
maybe
and
he eat the
everything.
nose.
Like,
Maybe he do just wake up with no sense and eat
but
the
I mean, that's what I'm
nose.
saying. I think because if you following the song, I would love it. Because I mean, that's what I'm saying. Like, if you broke it down to his
No,
total
'cause
23
the song
days.
is literally just about the eyes, ain't it? Creeper, where'd you get those peepers? That's it. Wait, that's
No,
literally-
I think the whole song actually goes through a whole like.
I don't think so. Because the song isn't supposed to be scary. The song is about telling the girl, like, bro, your eyes is beautiful.
Also,
Where you
what
get
if
those?
What doesn't it got a playlist? Like, okay, I need some nose. Like, what's a good song?
What's a good
He's
nose
like,
song?
Is there a creepy version of Do You Smell What the Rock's Cooking? Like,
Cause I thought no,
and
cause
then,
I.
like when he needs some ears, it's like
He gonna come up there. He gonna come up to
call
black
my
people with
name.
pretty
He
brown
called
eyes.
Look at that.
He
nigga.
gonna have those. He gonna go to a black chick
Like,
with the pretty brown
that's the first
eyes.
thing he do. He get in, he's like, all right, what do I need? I need to know.
He go to iTunes first thing. All right, gotta get me a good playlist.
Get my creepy playlist together.
First of all, without no eyes, though. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, without no eyes. Like, that's what we got to go with first. Like, first of all. Like, I definitely need, like, if they going to do the Reborn, I need to see Jeepers Creepers come from. Like, I need to know where he comes from on the first day.
So I googled the song. Apparently, Jeepers Creepers,
I thought it was a Halloween song, honestly.
the original version, Jeepers Creepers, it said it was a minced oath for Jesus Christ. So I was like, what the hell is a minced oath? It's a euphemism for Jesus Christ.
Really?
Apparently.
The original one? I mean, what you mean? Like, there's different versions of the Jeepers Creepers song?
The phrase itself, Jeepers Creepers, is a euphemism for Jesus Christ. Which, how, fam?
And right there, we're going to take a break. And we're going to come back. We're going to talk about Stranger
How?
Things.
Yeah.
All right, we are back.
We are back. You got it. I'm not.
He done.
We gotta get a new bit, dog.
Right,
I
right.
ain't committed no more, dog.
You better know
It
more.
was a fun ride.
It was a fun ride. This game, let's go on now.
Let's go.
Let's, like,
Man, so we're gonna talk about Stranger Things, dog. Stranger
let's talk
Things,
about Stranger.
the first part, I guess, came out. We calling it first part.
Bro,
I
no,
mean, it's
I'm
really- I
calling
mean,
it just Stranger
It's the first year.
because it's 2 episodes for the second part.
I mean, but it's 5 hours. Ain't they both episodes like 2.5 hours?
I don't know. I think so.
So like, I feel like I'm calling this as the first, like the 4th season. And they need, like, even though they call it part 2, I feel like they should
I'm
just call
calling
it.
that 4. I'm calling that 4.5. The
Yeah,
second
that's something
part.
like like that's
All
yeah.
right, so first thing first. 1 through 10. What y'all rating?
10, bro.
10.
I'm a huge
Yeah, I
fan.
give it a 10.
I'm a huge I'm a huge fan of Stranger Things.
Bro.
And I mean, even from the beginning, like I said, it's from my childhood, from my age, it's the mix of Goonies. It's Lost. It's like
this season was
it's,
very heavy on
it's
Freddy
E.T.
Krueger.
It's Freddy. You know what I'm saying? Oh, like that's what I'm saying. Like this season alone.
Ghostbusters, how they did. Like it's just like
Yeah.
they bring in so much nostalgia in this.
Yeah.
And the way that they do it, but it's just like
Right,
yeah.
I was nostalgic. I was even born in the 80s. I was sitting there like, oh, this is a great
Like
time.
fam, like it was like this, like Stranger Things has a place where it's like we didn't get these kind of ideas of a show or movie during that time.
No.
So being able to go far ahead and be like monsters and demons and all that kind of shit, but like we got this with The Gate. Like The Gate was like the closest. Like I feel like whoever wanted Stranger Things is has to be a huge fan of The Gate. You know what I'm saying?
And just before we dive into the full on,
Warning, spoilers imminent. Please turn back now.
But yeah, no, yeah. So I mean, that was what I want to say. Like, Stranger Things, like I said, like it's one of those shows. And like I said, I still haven't watched all of American Horror Story. But I mean, that's
that's a good
I mean, that's I know that's up there too.
Yeah.
But Stranger Things is just, Stranger Things
definitely
is
Stranger
an embodiment of everything of my childhood. Like everything that I feel like that is like wowed me as a kid is Stranger Things. Like Stranger Things all in one. Everything of it. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I really can't get enough of it. Like
and they level up each season. Each season is like, bro, how are y'all doing this? Because we're floored by like we was floored by season 3.
Yeah, because season 3 was great. I know. Wasn't that Will said he said that it like season 3 was kind of not great to him. And I was like, ugh.
Always say
season 3 was great to me.
You're going against the grain.
Yeah.
You're going against the grain.
Season 3 was
like
great.
they really didn't because I mean even like I said people like I said if you can like I said there's people talking about like or what you were saying like Will isn't important but season 1 when he was important like it was a great you know what I'm saying like
but
that
that's
like
what I'm saying like it seems like they give people they shine and they kind of know like Will your shine you had your shine you kind of because like I said he is the weakest character.
But he also been through the most. Like no one gave this nigga time to breathe, bro.
I would say
the most.
Elle went through the most.
Elle went through the most.
I mean,
Elle
is the main character down to the main. Like I'm talking about.
Max went through basically the same shit he went through this season, except she wasn't in the outside. That's it.
But I'm just saying I'm saying, but Will really is like I feel like even in the small sense, if it full circles back to Will, like because like what we when we get into this, talk about the season, like I feel like we kind of know when this really where L's place in this like started.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like where it started, which means that if even with them touching the upside down again in this place, kind of show where it's still stuck in time at. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, yeah, I feel like that's the same thing too. Like this season. The rotation of characters, you can tell every season they rotate the characters. Like Will's, even with last season, Will was still heavy on like he was like everyone don't like because Will was still like, bro, I want to be like why we not friends no more? It's like no
Will
niggas are.
He's the only one that didn't.
He didn't grow up.
But I mean, the nigga was an upside down. I feel like the nigga got me slow. Like I feel like something wrong with the nigga. Like y'all ain't.
He was upside down for like a year, right?
Yeah, like the nigga lost time, bro. He got snapped, nigga. Like he came back, like. And I feel like no one really.
But at the same time, it is. I can't say weird. I think it's quintessential for friend group. You do always have that friend who refuses to grow up and like everybody doing their own thing because they like I said they getting older, they get a new interest.
Well, I mean, yeah.
And it's that one.
But I also feel like the same thing too though because no one like it's going through the group like straight like this like whatever's happening is going through the group like you know what I'm saying like but. No one like everyone.
Really yeah, I didn't think about that.
Yeah, it's going like I said, and everyone's turning their back on everybody. You know what I'm saying? Like not necessarily turning their back, but it's like Will is
starting to. I won't say separate, but they're starting to get their own interest, and those interests aren't always fully aligned.
Like, yeah.
You know where you just made me think about something where it may come back full circle. They still didn't. Did they show us what Will was painting?
No, they haven't showed us.
Yeah, they didn't show us painting yet.
It twice.
Yeah, they referenced it twice.
He made sure to take it with him when they were on their way out.
Yeah, Elle told.
So that's what I said. So something's gonna happen.
When Mike asked about it.
So 3 times, because I guess you can call the third time. Like I said, when they were packing up everything, most people were just packing clothes, but he made sure to grab that painting.
So
right.
So it may come back. Like there may be a reason of his seclusion and just
which would make more sense of why we would just be like so far under the radar of him. Like, bro, why is he even around? Like, you know what I'm saying?
Because this season,
and why he's still acting weird because it's like something really still.
They definitely took a lot of focus off him and made him seem like
a third wheel. Like you really a third wheel. Like you know what I'm saying? Like
that would be slick if they like these that may be it.
Because I mean, but also like my thing is like I feel like his argument was. Even though it was childish, it was truthful though. Like, fam, you went through a very traumatic moment where only thing you had was your friends. And these niggas are leaving and going. You like, bro, I probably still wake up in cold sweats. Like, nigga, where y'all at? Like,
I felt Mike.
When he was like, but why is it all on me? Nigga, you could have hit me too.
I felt that too. I felt that. Like, I felt that. I felt that. I felt that because he like, nigga, I'm here for my bitch. Like, like, what is you on? You know what I'm saying? Like. Cause he told him like, bro, I got a girlfriend. Like, yeah, we cool. Like,
and yeah, he was very hurt by that.
Like, so I mean, I got that.
Mike, he passed up a chick. She was with
Mike
the
did.
On her.
Yeah, Mike definitely.
I was like, wait, what? Dog? Like, bro, what's
Mike, he won his best friend, fam. I mean, I don't.
Rather will.
Huh?
Will wanted his best friend.
Yeah, well, I'm sorry, Will. Yeah, Will. But
Yeah, Will won his best friend. That's what I'm saying. Like Will pass up his girl, pass up the chick to get. Yeah, but I mean, I still feel like Will is like, but Will is, ain't he the youngest of all of them, right?
I thought they was all the same age.
Well,
No, because the reason Will is kind of part of the group is because of his brother.
Him and Ella are in the same grade.
Yeah, no, I think Will and Mike is the same age.
Luke, they're all in the same. They're all in the same grade. They're all freshmen. Yeah.
Are they? I swear I thought Will was younger.
Freshman's back in what's the name?
In Hawkins, and then they're in. I
Mike
forgot
and
the
L
town
is
in
freshmen
California.
and whatever in Cali.
Okay. Oh yeah, I guess that would. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess
now obviously you can be 13 to 14 and be a freshman, but
I mean, yeah, it might be a year different. But I definitely thought he was like a grade under them. Like
no,
I thought,
they're all definitely still.
Because
Freshmen.
I thought the connection with Will was because of just only because of his brother. You know what I'm saying? Because the dude and Nancy were friends.
Well, no, because remember
Jonathan and Nancy.
First season was Steve and Nancy.
Yeah,
remember?
It was Steve and Nancy in the first season. So remember the original friend group in general was just Mike, Will, Lucas, and
Dustin.
But I'm saying like how they knew Mike. Like Mike knew Will. Like Mike and Will are friends, but because it's Nancy and Jonathan. Like I thought it was because Nancy and Jonathan.
No, because like I said, first season, Steve and Nancy were together.
Yeah.
Now, she was.
But I mean, that's what I'm saying. They don't got nothing to do it because they still knew each other though. Like Steve, like Nancy and John knew each other.
But I mean,
that's what I'm saying. Like I didn't think, I knew they were friends, but I thought they were friends only because
they were all still in the same grade though. That could be very true.
Like Mike was friends with Lucas and Dustin, but Will is Mike's friend. Like Will isn't, like Will's part of the group, but Will is Mike's friend because of Nancy and John.
But I'm pretty sure they're all still in the same grade. Because
they might still have been in the same grade. But that's why I thought Will was younger by a year. But only reason he's part of the group is because of that. But if they still could be all in the same age. You know what I'm saying?
And that part could still be true.
But I thought that's why I'm saying, like, even how they talk now in the season.
Nancy and John had any partake in their.
On a certain level, it could be because you tend to become friends with your siblings.
Because John might have babysitted like that. I think it came from I think they.
But now we just creating a lore. That's what I said. We can't say. Now we just creating.
Well, I mean, I had to watch the first season, but I feel like Mike and I thought Mike and Will became best friends because of like the older people, like their older siblings, either watching them, like they kind of stayed together, like when they like neighbors.
No, they all. So it says at the beginning of the series they were all playing Dungeons and Dragons together, all four of them.
But I'm asking in general, like, do they say what the connection between Mike and Will are? Like we know they're best friends, but even how Mike's energy is, like Will's energy to Mike is not the same to Lucas and Dustin. Like they are best. Like Will looks at Mike like you my best friend. Like I've known you for whatever. But it's like, what's their actual connection of why they know each other so long and why? Because as I said, Mike argues with Will all the time. Like, bro, me, Lucas, and Dustin got our own. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, why you so tied to me? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like Mike actually kicks it with Lucas and Dustin more than Will because they actually they all damn near act the same. Will still acts like a child in a sense. So that's my ask. I was like, what is the connection between Will and Mike?
Mike and Will met each other on their first day of kindergarten and became very close friends.
So it's not even that
they just grew up together.
They just grew up together. Yeah. So even though they were friends with all four of them, he was probably the first one that they met, or he was probably the first one that
Mike
they met.
approached Will while he was on the swing set and asked to be his friend, which Will agreed. He later described this to be the best thing that had ever happened to him.
So it's your first friend, and you grow up together, and it is so. So like I said, Will's character arc seems very much of that friend who's like, all my friends are getting different interests, and like you said earlier,
Mike and Lucas live next door to each other.
Mike and Lucas,
okay, and it do seem like this season was sort of showing that a lot of the group. I wouldn't even say the group as a whole because Mike and Dustin are still sort of having a lot of the same interests, but like with Lucas wanting to play basketball,
playing.
And Dustin was the last one. Mike didn't meet Dustin until 4th grade, even though Dustin knew Lucas and Will.
Okay.
Because I mean, I feel like last season, who's we beefing with? Was it Dustin? Everybody beefing with last season?
Everybody wasn't. Dustin.
Like, well,
Dustin was
gone. Someone got neglected last season too.
Well, that's because Dustin was he had his girlfriend.
Right.
That's what I'm saying.
It wasn't that he was getting neglected. He was talking with her. But that's what I'm saying. It's always been somebody with their girlfriend.
Right.
And Will.
Because that's what I'm saying. Like, because it's like last season, it was Lucas and Dustin. Like Lucas was really mad at Dustin because they kept Lucas
was with Max most of a lot of the season.
No, last season was everybody had a girlfriend.
Everybody had a girlfriend.
Like that was Will's.
Except
Yeah,
Will, that's what I'm
yeah,
saying.
that was
Will
Will's shit. Yeah. So everybody really wasn't doing shit together until shit just really kind of like
pulled them back.
happened. Yeah, put them back together.
Yeah,
Like
technically, if you think about it, first and probably first and second season was their only time where they was really literally all together.
Because they were all very young still.
It was the first season when they was together, they was trying to find Will. The second season, then they was trying to like save like 11. I think that was the focus on that one.
yeah, because second season was when 11 left and all that kind of shit.
Yeah.
Or was that, the third. Yeah.
So
The second season when she had her own little break,
was the
which they
Mind
didn't
Flayer
even
season.
touch and.
Yeah.
Like they didn't even fucking touch and where she went and come back like
Well,
them
they
other
did.
people.
Kinda, I guess that's probably with some of them flashbacks.
No, yeah, some of those
Supposed to
flashbacks,
show?
remember they showed what was 8.
Yeah.
Remember 8 was the black chick. Yeah, I think she was like a French black chick. Remember they showed that they had that one episode that showed that ragtag crew doing.
Yes, I'm saying, but I mean, like they wasn't referenced at all, and like I said, like I feel like they didn't dive into like they died. I mean, they
I think
like
that was supposed to be a setup for a spinoff, but everybody was like,
yeah, that's what I'm saying.
We'll get back to the regular shit.
Cause that's what I'm saying. Like, because like before we get to season, then is this supposed to be the last season or is it one more season?
5 is the last season.
So it's another season after this.
But then they just announced 5. We up until
very recently, I
we
think
thought this was going to be the it.
Oh, okay.
Let me see. I can look real quick and see. I want to say 5. I'm almost positive it was this year that they announced it in February.
Yeah. So let's get into it, man. Like,
Let's get into it,
bro. Like right off the rip, we figure out like this is going to be a darker season because they start out with that massacre.
Yeah. Oh yeah, fam. Bro. I didn't even think that Stranger Things was gonna be on that like that. You know what I'm saying? Like I didn't, and it made me really think about the end of the last season. Like, bro, what the fuck happened last season? That we this dark now.
That's
like,
what I was just about to watch the last episode of the third season. Then they showed the recap, and
I was like, damn, I forgot all this
shit happened. Yeah.
But like you said, we gotta remember towards the end, like you said, that mind flare being in the real world and just how it was, and when it bust down through,
I feel like that whole mall shit. I damn near forgot about that whole mall thing. Yeah. But I remember like once it, because I'm like before it even fell in there. Like they were still they were just dealing with him.
Because remember the mall got fucked up. That's why they're working at Family Video now. Because the whole mall is fucked.
Because remember, and I like how they covered it up, calling it a mall fire.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But so it's like they start off and you like yo, and then you started looking at the kids like dog, they are really fucked up. This is not just like a dog, them motherfuckers was music.
Like fam, that
was wild.
Like that's what I'm saying. Like when going through it was down there like I don't know if y'all ever watched the anime Elfen Lied.
Yeah.
Like I said, like that opening scene and Elfen Lied, which is one of my first animes I started watching where I realized like this shit, like they can make animes this gruesome. Like you know what I'm saying? Like I said, like a friend of mine told me like, bro, just watch the first 5 minutes of this episode, and I guarantee you gonna watch the rest of it. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I remember watching it, but it's like that's how I felt watching the first episode, like seeing Elle, like just seeing what's happening in the. I'm like, bro, we didn't never get the whole how she escaped. You know what I'm saying? So it was like to kind of get that whole like, did she fucking do all? You know what I'm saying? Like,
right, and just to leave it to what did you do?
Yeah.
And the way they left it, and that's another thing. Stranger Things be having some of the coldest cold opens, bro. The way that they do their cold opens before it come out,
yeah.
I was like, bro, because that was a cold open.
Because you and it what it is like the cold open is so intense that the pause of the title coming in is like, I just need the title to go through now so I can soak it all in.
It makes it a mini cliffhanger.
Yeah, like I don't skip the title because it's I need to soak this intro in. I need to soak this intro.
Let me let this sink in.
And it only probably be like 5 years of your time where you like, bro, what? Yeah. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
and then like I said, they jump right into it. Like I said, you see Elle going through everything that she's going through, but then you see like the whole with Hopper, like oh shit, like because you forget like oh wait, Hopper did survive. He's in Russia. Like,
to be fair. Do you only find because you didn't find that out at the end of the season? Did you? Didn't you find out through like trailers and stuff?
No, it was like an end credit thing. I thought
okay,
it was.
that's right.
Because what it was is like that's when we found 2 things. You see it in a Russian prison, and that's when they say not the American.
Right,
and
that's
then
right.
You see Hopper, and then you hear the demigorgon, and you see him come out, and you're like, wait, what the fuck is
That's
going on
right.
with that at?
Yeah.
You know what I'm
okay.
saying?
Yeah, so like, what I did forget is the fact that Rush already showed that they had like
Yeah.
they in the last season they showed that Demi
Yeah,
Gordon.
you forget about all that. So then I was like, so now you seeing like you remembering it, but they jumping right into it. You like, oh, hidden message from Russia, Hops alive. You like, yo, this is like it jumps right.
It jumped into like, but I also did love that it showed. It really did show where everybody at. Like what I was saying earlier, I was like, what Stranger Things has done for me watching the show, which I think I haven't seen probably since like the movie Crash or whatever. Is like the seamless transitions of everybody's story.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like like whether it be like they fade to like the looking into the sky, and then the sky drops back to another area. Like the seamless transitions of everybody's story. Like bro, I did not get lost.
Yeah.
Like I felt like
every transition you felt like this could be just the next scene in his story,
Yeah.
or I could be jumping to a whole new story, and even the way, like you said, it was seamless. So it's like, what's coming next?
And it felt like it was always at the right time.
Right.
Where just where you like got enough information in one area and they skip is like I was just about to ask where this was going on. Like what happened here? You know what I'm saying? Like
when they was doing like showing all the kids, I was like, damn, where Lucas at? Did you see Lucas go? I was like, oh shit.
like
They got a nigga.
so it's like I loved the first episode in general, how they kind of set everybody up, like showing Elle in school, like showing her having her rough shit in school, showing Mike everybody in school, showing everybody everywhere, like, you know what I'm saying, having a whole game night, knowing like Lucas went from last season to just being cool. Cause remember the nigga was drinking Coke and like he was trying to be cool, but having his moment where he was saying like, nigga, I'm sick of tired of being a fucking nerd.
Bro, he had the fade high and tight.
Hey,
that shit
that
was
nigga,
high and
mama paid top dollar. He like, mama, please, I need this. I
nigga
need
had-
this.
I'm a freshman in high school. I gotta make an imprint. I
Like-
need the fade tight.
Like I feel like the character development, like my bro, Lucas is my character of Stranger Things, bro. Like of this season,
I fuck with
Lucas
Yeah.
took it. Lucas like no, first 2 seasons he was there.
No, I said this season.
Yeah,
This season.
third season he was like.
Third season, he was
Third
You
season-
didn't like the Pepsi one.
I didn't like what he was doing with him. I didn't like what they was doing with him.
I remember that
Cause his
episode we
outburst,
talked about.
cause his outburst that he was,
remember that.
cause that's what it was. His outburst that he was getting the screen time was like, bro, what is you on? Like, you know what I'm saying?
He was prepping the cool.
He was hype beast. He was hype beast as a
was
bitch,
prepping
bro.
the cool.
Like
And
niggas
then-
don't know about coke. I'm trying to like, bro, what you doing, bro? Like, so it's like he was hype beast as a bitch in
And
third.
then in those because it says it was 9 months after. So in those 9 months, he was like, I gotta get this right.
gotta get the face.
I gotta get to the basketball
Right,
team.
So I mean, so that's what made me really like, cause if you think about it, how they was looking at him in the third season, like, bro, what did you? They did the same shit out. Like they were like, bro, what did you own? Like, so then the fact that it kind of continued into his basketball, and they like, bro, we didn't even know you care about basketball. Like we didn't, you know what I'm saying? Like niggas looking at him like, since when you do all this? And it's like you realize like this nigga like, bro, I didn't even want to go to high school. What we was on in middle school, like,
Right.
bro, I
Now,
want to
he-
be fucking cool.
That was
Like,
that was a real moment of, fam. Cause it wasn't even like he was like, bro, I've been loving basketball forever. He was like, bro, I just want to try something different.
yeah. Like I just want to
But also, real ass nigga, he was like, bro, if I get in, nigga, we in.
bring the squad in. Like you don't want to get no pussy, nigga. Like you like.
Like it's usually it's like, no,
Hey.
I ain't hanging with them no more. And you know what I'm saying? But no, he like, nigga, I'm gonna get in. I'm gonna bring y'all in. We gonna be cool.
And it was solid though too, because it was like you realize that Lucas was also on some like, well, Max ain't fuck with me, so I need to get out here. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to get out these streets, nigga. Like
He was like that, but he also was a baby.
baby,
Baby,
hey,
baby, baby.
hey,
Baby, baby.
that's why,
Baby,
that's why Lucas is my character
We'll
of
get to that
Stranger
to the
Things.
Max-centric episode.
Because it's baby. Oh,
When we get to the Max
that
centric
nigga,
episode,
that
we'll
nigga
get
need
to
an
that.
R&B album for what he did in this season,
Dog.
bro. You know what I'm saying?
Also, what Stranger Things does very well is they do like something a part of like regular life, like gaming or whatever, mirrors what's really going on. Like that's how they choose the name. Like with Vecna, with the whole D&D thing, and
Yeah, using
using D&D and incorporating that into this demon and everything that they're faced against. Like
Right.
they always do that. You know, like
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like
it's
I forgot what they
that's
called the first two. Like I feel like when they really got into like 3, maybe
3 was the mind. No,
3 was the mind flare.
2
2 was
like
also
2,
the start of the mind flare.
2 was the start of the mind flare.
like 2 was when they was doing the D&D and
because
started
one was
giving.
more so about the Demigorgons.
Right.
Like one was just acknowledging whatever it was, and then
2 was the mind. Well,
2 to 3-ish.
2 was more the like
The
learning more about the upside down.
Yeah, but the mind flare showed
up in there.
3 was the mind flare coming into the real world instead of the
because one thing that we haven't realized, what we haven't figured out was how. Wait, 2, yeah, if 2 and 3 is the mind flare, but we don't. What the fuck I was trying to figure out the I can't even remember now because it has something to do with the first before the mind flare, like how they
with the Demigorgons,
like just how they recognize who they were. Like was there any D&D references for them?
Well, the Demigorgon, like I said, you got to think none of these monsters have names. The only reason why we got names.
But I'm like, did they name them Demigorgons or was somebody else name them Demigorgons? Like who gave them?
I think the kids named them.
Yeah, I think they've been because I think they've been naming everything. The mind flare, Demigorgon, like. They've been naming all the names.
I'm not positive though. I'll have to double check that.
But Vecna is the first one that we now reference to being like a person. No, I'm saying a person that's in the upside down. That's
what would they call it?
Because the mind flare wasn't
in 3, not the mind flare, but the thing that was. Remember, it was in the sewer.
Oh, I don't remember what they were calling it.
Yeah, it was in the sewer. That's where everybody was going to get possessed.
Oh, I forgot.
But like it's always the kid. Like the monsters are not like on some Dragon Ball Z shit yelling their names. Like all the names that we got is because the kids named them. Yeah,
I mean that's why I love the setup because you gotta have all that down there in the first episode. Like you gotta have a D&D game where they where you're playing like having like introducing what's the name Eddie into the story as like the hit like
Eddie is a good character though.
Yeah, he was a good. I fuck with Eddie. I fuck with Eddie. Like the comic relief of Eddie, like the story of like just who he was, and as a high school, like you can see why this nigga. You can see why freshmen would fuck with dude, and he probably like a junior, senior.
Yeah.
Like
no,
you know what I'm saying?
He like a fifth year.
He a fifth
remember
year
he was.
senior.
Remember he was saying.
Oh yeah, he was a fifth
year.
year. So it's like
maybe a fourth, maybe a third.
It might
year.
be a 6th year.
Because he could, 6 years senior. Because he said you say that every time.
Year.
Like, and I would, if he would have said you said that last year, that'd be okay. You failed once,
right?
But he said you say that every year.
So at least happened twice.
At the least. Like he don't really give a fuck about school at all. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So I'm like, but like having him come in as someone who introduces like pretty much the D&D setup of who the villain gonna be. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. By creating like Vecna's back, like when they did, like I knew, like, and that's what I'm saying. Like if you know Stranger Things, you already know when the suspense came of like we thought we killed him. It's like no, he's back, and it's like I'm like, bro, they finna bring. I'm like, I did think the mind flayer was coming back. Like, bro, this nigga ain't dead, but it's like no.
Bro, that's what I said. I said, dog, again, like bro, this nigga is relentless. But technically, he is relentless.
Right.
Once we figure it out. Like the whole pursuit has been.
Well, they don't know that though. Well, they think the mind flare. Yeah, they think the mind flare is the top.
Yeah, top dude. Yeah.
And they think that Vecna is his like 5-star general.
Right.
But like I said, and then again, another moment we were like, I didn't think Stranger Things was gonna take it there. That first kill of old girl.
Dog.
Oh yeah, the crumple up.
Yeah, I was like, dog. What the hell is this, dog? I was like,
the crumple up threw me.
I was like, dog.
And dropped her, like the crumple and drop. The crumple and drop they did to everybody. Like, bro, you just back. You just
not even that. Just you see the eyes
pop out.
Like, dog.
Like it was like, and it made me really think. It's like that's what I said. This was the season. Like I watched the trailer, and the trailer didn't really give a lot, but the trailer to me was dark enough that when I watched the trailer, I was like, this is probably going to be a really hard season. Like I always looked at it as like a sci-fi ET, more of a, you know what I'm saying? But I'm like, this shit feels really fucking scary movie-ish. Right. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, and even knowing like we've never had a talking bad guy. So like the trailer when he came,
I guess technically the mind flayer was tall, but he just possessed people.
Yeah, he possessed people. Yeah, they talk through it. You know what I'm saying? So it's like to see see it in the trailer when you see this nigga walk and just come out talk. I'm like, bro, y'all gave us the villain in the trailer. Like you still like, bro,
well,
like
after seeing the twist at the end, I get why they did.
Right, because you wouldn't saw
bro. Demigorgon, mind flayer, all those are D&D references.
Oh, okay.
So it's not just like everything that they name is based off of a D&D creature. Thing,
Okay. That's cool.
So even Demigorgon, like all of it is just based off.
So they just characters, which is really crazy because I mean that means that we are.
Now what if the big spin is that this is all a D&D game? Like at the end of it,
Bro,
you show 4 other characters like
Playing all 4 of these niggas.
Ends and it's like, and that was a good campaign, yo. And now we all went off to dog.
That'd be mad.
I'd cry laughing.
Like I'd be mad. I would be mad. I would actually be mad because I feel like because they gonna win by the skin of their like teeth or whatever in the story, the movie we were watching, that's the same energy as what we just saw when they threw the dice.
Oh, when they threw the dice.
You know what I'm saying? Like I would hate that. Like I would hate those because I mean that would really kind of pinpoint. Cause like like calling the when they were playing with the Hellfire and calling Fan Vecna and doing all this shit like they even had that moment where he was talking about his nameless followers and they had one moment where they showed like a group of motherfuckers like on I think Obo with the glasses or whatever like kind of like so it's like I felt like that would be wild.
We got his castle, which is the upside down. One person got power because not everybody got powers in the end.
Somebody's
Somebody's
a
wizard.
warrior. Somebody a wizard. You can be all types of shit. That'd be interesting.
I'd be mad.
I don't think they're gonna go that route, but that'd be wild.
It'd be a nice twist, but I'd be mad.
Right. So going into episode 2, because like I said, that's when we do get the Lucas moment. But
we get Lucas Hooper.
I was happy with both because I was like his sister.
It was a Sinclair. It was what ain't the last name Sinclair? It was a Sinclair moment.
Yeah, because they both like
niggas came in and saved both of you white folks. That you know what I'm saying? Like niggas, that's what we do, nigga. You know what I'm saying? That's what we do.
I was cool with the moment, but at the same time, they was giving Lucas so much shit, and it's like, but then y'all missed his game. Like, y'all gave him all this shit.
Well, they put. I mean, to their defense, up at the beginning, D&D was above basketball no matter what.
Again, it's that
like
growing older.
But I was mad that they.
Put the mic back. You starting to peak.
I was mad they was giving him the excuses though, like saying like, you've been on the bench all this time. Like we don't like, bro. Like don't get like nigga. Y'all still been rooting. I've been here.
Yeah. Right.
Like you know what I'm saying? Because my thing is like you ain't even like unless you're telling me that every basketball game is on the same game as a D&D night. Y'all been at my basketball games.
This was because
it was the championship.
Yeah, this is a championship game that happened to be. Yeah.
Nobody knew it was going to be right after.
And that's what I'm saying. So it's like, fam, y'all could have made a one-off.
Yeah.
This y'all guy. This been y'all friend for years. Y'all could have made a one-off.
But again, this was for them to be. They wanted to be with their cool friend group. They couldn't bail on the D&D, dog.
I mean, y'all could do this shit after the game was over.
You could.
He wasn't going to. The D&D master said.
I mean, he did tell niggas like y'all better find somebody.
Yeah, like
but I mean.
So it's either missing. So that means everything. So that whole school year and summer that they've been doing that. This is the final thing for them.
Like, but
now we gonna miss out on it.
Cause I was mad. So what I was mad though was the fact that
he did that another day.
But I was.
He wasn't gonna let them.
But I was mad about.
They could have tried hard. They didn't try. Remember, they didn't try very hard at all to convince him.
Now that I get.
They literally said he got to miss it for the basketball game. That was it.
Well, they should have knew not to bring the basketball game because remember he gave that big ass speech beforehand.
Yeah,
right.
I was like, oh, he definitely ain't gonna say that. Yeah.
But I mean, I feel like I was mad at that one scene though, because I feel like when both games at the same time, that as friends y'all both would have still just ran out and be like, what happened with you? What happened with you? Know what I'm saying?
But also to both of their defense, with the grand scheme of things, that was small time to like because obviously it didn't alter their friendship. Like usually,
it didn't.
I mean, shit kind of hit the fan after that damn near. Like
usually that would be like the catalyst
of a fracture moment where they don't talk
for a whole show.
But it was, you know what? It was though in a sense because Lucas did dip.
No,
he saw them cheering with his sister.
Right. So like,
but they were still in celebration.
They were still in celebration. So then the next.
But I'm saying like when he went, you remember when he went with the basketball team after drinking and getting fucked up with them. That's when everything happened.
Right, so they.
But so the grand scheme of things, it was the night that they hang out.
It was a night, so like they had that one day where they was on indifferent, and then
the next day they was back.
But it changed. I feel like it would have stayed that way
if shit wouldn't hit.
If shit wouldn't hit the fan, because he was really because Lucas had got what he wanted, like he's gonna be popular and do all that shit. But once the nigga died, and once Eddie came in, like once niggas came in that he like, oh, fam, like
because usually, but this was the again, this is the stranger thing. Usually, what would end up happening. So let's say that moment where Dustin and Lucas finally calls him, and then when Dustin was like, "Bro, you've been missing. Come here, let me tell you." Usually, it would have been a little bit slicker. It would have been Dustin like, "Well, I mean, if you wasn't playing with your basketball people, you would know what's going on." Stranger Things didn't go that route. He was just like, "Nigga, come over here so we can put you back on game, dog, because you missing out." And like I said, I
feel like that's because they just knew each other too. Like I feel like when they talk, Lucas had that same energy. Like, nigga, I'm going through some shit over here too. Like I'm with my niggas. These basketball niggas are hunting niggas. Shit. Like ain't nothing normal, nigga. Like this, like niggas. I'm with the basketball niggas that I thought was gonna be cool. These niggas freaking out. You know what I'm saying? Bro, you called Justin, and Justin like, nigga, get fuck that. Just get together.
Right, but
a lot of shit going on.
There wasn't no sauce on it against each other.
Yeah, I think
usually shows would do that, bro.
Yeah, usually show would. I think if it was a dead moment, we would have got it. But I think because we didn't get it next day.
Basically,
like they woke up, like I think like they partied. Because it wasn't,
I get why they didn't do it.
Yeah, but I think
I like that they didn't do it because I didn't.
And I was really kind of mad. I was actually mad that Lucas was drinking. Cause I'm like, bro, you supposed to be 14. You freshman.
Nah, nigga, he's trying to be cool. That makes perfect sense.
I mean, fam, you slap dog already.
Yeah, that's his first. You didn't get slapped dog on your first time when you actually drank?
You acting like high schoolers don't drink.
Right.
I mean,
you didn't like your first time. You asked not take a little.
I guess I was more mad because it's like if you was gonna put him down that path.
That was the perfect reason to show it.
But I mean, no, I feel like they should have.
If it would have been Dustin and them drinking, you would have been like, "Come on, nigga."
But I mean, I feel like you should have showed me then, like show me like this, show the nigga at the party, and it's like you get the moment where it's like you want to be with us, right? Here, nigga, like you know what I'm saying, like to wake up and you hung over.
I feel like you got that when they left because remember he was looking at him. They like, you coming to party with us?
Yeah.
And he kind of looked back again, and then he was like, yeah. So that was when you knew.
Also, like I said, again, going back to Stranger Things, giving you that moment. Every movie and show give you that moment. We already know. I like that Stranger Things is not gonna baby us. We know that he did it because of that.
Again,
like
you gonna act like high schoolers don't drink? Like yes, they're not supposed to, but. We all adults here.
No, I mean, I wouldn't ask it like he wasn't supposed to drink or, you know what I'm saying?
I didn't need to see him get influenced because also I like the fact that like even they didn't lean heavy on Lucas betraying the team. Like, right. You know what I'm saying? Like he was rolling with the basketball niggas, but he was trying to defer them as much as possible.
But I mean, that's because they was trying to kill a nigga. Like Lucas ain't on that shit. But in the beginning though, he was like, before he knew what they was on, I'm riding with you. Like he bat and everything until he found out it was his niggas. Like,
but I say usually. They make
it
so like a little bit too long until it gets too far.
But that's what I said. I think because everything happened in a day. That's what I said. I think that's what it was. Like it wasn't a long drawn out thing. They didn't argue as friends.
But see,
like
it
was just
that approach because, like I said, we seen the other.
A lot of movement.
We seen the other so many times. Is what I'm saying. I get why they did it. I like what you're saying. I understand that. I'm not.
I mean, I feel like I seen this. I mean, I feel like I seen this too. Like I didn't like the way it flowed is fine. You know what I'm saying? Like I mean, because I mean they had to like that's why I said I feel like this season was really Lucas based. They had to separate Lucas because Lucas was actually searching for something. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, like him. Yeah.
Mac got to shine in this one.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like Lucas had to. They both had to kind of separate to have a moment of being like no, I need my nigga. I need to be with them. You know what I'm saying? Like with my friends. Like you know what I'm saying? So. That's why I was like, it like however it was gonna happen, I knew it was gonna happen. I was just like, you know what I'm saying? I just feel like, you know, they made sure Lucas did literally like, I'm gonna try everything to be cool. Yeah. And then fuck it, I'm just a nerd. Fuck it, I'm just
Did you immediately get the connection to the people that was getting killed, the victims? Like, did you immediately get it, or did it took me? I didn't get it immediately.
As far as like them dealing with their own traumas or whatever.
Yeah,
I didn't only because I didn't know what Max's was, and I still don't really know.
So. It was the trauma of seeing Billy die, essentially.
That's what she was having a nightmare.
That's all of her nightmares.
And see, that's what my thing made me mad. I mean, I got that, but I feel like that.
She felt like she didn't. She could.
Because remember, even though she said
like
they didn't
do enough to help.
Right. Even though they didn't like each other, at the end of the day, it was one of those things where it's like.
I get that. I guess that's what. I guess I was just digging deeper into it because she had an issue when she got. You know what I'm saying? Like she always had a secret kind of thing, and I'm like, I feel like they never really dived into that secret though. You know what I'm saying? Like it was always like even when she got there, she's always still.
That's why I didn't get it until she wrote the letter. Because when she wrote the letter, that's when she said. Like,
but I mean, the letter was just to Billy. But I feel like I said, I felt before Billy. before we knew about Billy in our relationship, like she already, I felt like she came because remember it was like separate, you know, it was stuff like she had a story that they never really kind of like tapped into. So I thought she was really traumatized from that. We're gonna finally get that story.
I think I don't know.
I mean, it's easier to dive on to use Billy because it just had to happen.
Because it seems like
it seemed like everybody was somebody
a trauma of somebody who died, whether it's they did it or they accidentally did it. Or
well, no, because the black dude wasn't nobody died. I think that like
his was he was just getting. Actually, no, we don't know. We didn't go into it. He was fighting because he came with a black guy, so he was fighting something.
Yeah, we don't know.
I thought he was just getting beat up.
We don't know.
We don't.
They didn't
because I assume with the first girl, hers was a teenage pregnancy. I'm assuming because her mom was calling her, saying that she getting fat. You know, they showed her like she was puking and stuff. Yep, and so I assume hers was teenage pregnancy.
His old boy was a car crash, and then
Max, like we said, was she didn't get a chance to save Billy. And then Nancy's
was her friend going.
Nancy. Yeah, I got Nancy.
Upside down. So
So yeah, I mean, I guess it was just a black dude. Like the black dude is the only one that really didn't make any sense because they didn't touch into him at all.
Which is kind of fucked up.
They really just used him as a death to kind of like keep the story going.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah.
Dog, that boyfriend was giving him. Dog, that nigga gave a speech and he will guilt trip the crowd.
Are you talking about the Trump dude, white dude?
That nigga was like.
That nigga was Trump.
When he told dead people like, hey man, they wouldn't want us to lose this game. They wouldn't want me to go hungry. Like
when he said that in the basketball game, I was like, bro, this nigga finna be a fool this season. This nigga's finna be outrageous this season, bro. Like
outrageous.
So I mean, like I said, it's so many like. I feel like bringing Joyce and everybody back in, like them trying to get like the Hopper story and the whatchamacallit story. Hopper story was crazy.
Hopper story was.
I knew he was gonna get
the Russia shit.
Oh my god.
The Russia shit was like just.
I kept on bouncing back and forth. I was like, he's gonna go double cross. I was like, no, this may be good.
I just didn't. It just.
Are you talking about Yuri?
Yeah, I was just like, I didn't think he was gonna let them show up. I just thought he was gonna go through all that, and just never show up.
I didn't think he was gonna. Yeah, I thought it would have been like that, like the timer thing. They was going to find a way to get there themselves. But when I saw him and he was acting goofy, I was like, he gonna double cross them. Yeah. Like because he wasn't serious. Like when I realized he wasn't serious, I'm like, he gonna double cross them.
He wasn't serious at all.
Like I was like, he gonna double. Like I didn't know, but I didn't know when. Yeah. So like I didn't expect him to like the whole right in the airport. I thought he'd have got them on the plane. I thought he could have got them on the plane, gave him a drink, and then pass him out then. You know what I'm saying? Like so to do it before they do the plane and to kind of like show everything was going on the phone.
Well, see, that's the moment where I was like, he about to double cross him. One, because I just watched fucking Doctor Strange, and I was like, fam, y'all gotta stop drinking drinks from people that y'all
look at that.
That's a fair statement.
That's the first thing I thought when I saw it. I said, don't drink the drink. I was like, shit, nigga, that just happened to Doctor Strange.
You don't even know Yuri. You don't even know this nigga.
No Yuri
at all, fam.
But we jumped ahead. We didn't talk about the Max-centric episode because the double cross happened after.
Oh, okay.
Obviously.
You talking about when Max?
Yeah, Max. We found out Vecna was after her.
Yeah.
And she was damn near gone.
Like, yeah, I mean, I feel like, fam, I feel like.
Yeah, I thought she was gonna be gone.
Oh, I was glad she wasn't. Oh, I was terrified. I was like, oh, no.
I'm like, dog.
But I mean, I didn't think she was gonna be gone. But in the beginning, I really didn't like Max. Like in the beginning of the season, because she was like what Lucas said. Like, bro, you being distant. Like, what's wrong? Like, what the fuck is wrong with you?
This season?
Like, yeah, this season. Like all the emotion shit she was doing is like, bro, what?
I knew.
Because when you saw, because remember how hurt she was when Billy died.
I mean, I get it, but it's like my thing was like, when are you gonna snap? Like, so of course before we knew about Vec, you know what I'm saying? So my thing was like, it's like, bro, I don't want to watch season you finna be emotional.
But the reason why I knew because I was like, think about it. Who's her friend group? She didn't really have that friend group.
Friend group became everybody.
So that's what Lucas was trying to say. Like, fam, you was fine, and you just shut off on us. Like,
but that was after the ball. That's what he said. He said after the ball.
Right. I mean, that's what I'm saying. So it's like
it's not like a why. It's like, nigga, we know why. I hit that earlier. It's no,
that's what I said. I was mad. Like, I was hoping. I was glad that we, got Vecna and everything got spread out because I was like, fam, I do not want to have an emo ass Max.
No,
like, I get why you're this, but like, I didn't want shit to hit the fan, and you like, I don't want to do nothing because I'm like, you know what I'm saying, like, bro, like.
When she was about to die, you didn't feel it because I was like.
Oh no, when she about to die, when he had her.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I was in there like, no, don't come on.
Yeah.
And I was like, and then even when she was running, I was like. like, are they gonna pump fake us? Or are they gonna let her get her right to the end?
I mean, I guess I would say I never thought she would die. Like I felt when they grabbed her, what I
was like, this is the last season. I was like, they gonna kill off a main character, and I was like, damn, it's probably gonna be her.
If they would have killed her because she just came in, but I didn't think they was gonna kill her. I thought if anything, she would have got like hot, like it would have been a will shit. Like someone's going, like she was gonna make it just barely, but you comatose, like you in the hospital. You know what I'm saying?
The reason why I went to kill because I was like, this season darker. They already doing some weird shit, and I was like, bro, they gonna kill off a main character. We gonna get our first this character.
They had to shut everybody down. Like I feel like because nobody in their group died. I feel like because nobody in their group died, to kill somebody in the group, everybody would be like, I'm not doing this shit no more. Like, you know what I'm saying?
That's where we was going.
It bet not be my dude Steve. He bet not be the one that died.
See, he was like we ain't got that far yet.
We ain't got that far. I just want to throw that in now. But the song bringing her out brings me to my question I want to ask y'all. What song do y'all think would let y'all snap out of the curse?
Obviously, you already thought about it.
I haven't. No, I haven't. So
you haven't? I honestly don't know, fam. Like a song.
It's essentially your favorite song.
Well, let's just think on it, and then as you.
I don't have. Like I said, you
talk.
talk.
We'll think about it now. We'll come back to it towards the end of the episode.
I don't know my song yet either.
Like that's a really hard one.
Just
think about it. We'll come back to it towards the end of the episode.
So then we get Max coming out of the coma, and then that's when she start piecing it together. Nancy's whole
Nancy Drew shit just
right. She really like
yeah. She definitely wanted her Nancy.
Her and Robin up there, they killing it as a duo.
Yeah. So I mean, that's when we get the Robert England ref. You know, Robert England pops in. My Ace Boone.
Eyes looking.
My Ace
looking crusty.
They gave that nigga straight booger sugar in his eyes, dog. Like, but I mean, Robert England came in. I love anytime this nigga pops in anything. That's how you know he's an iconic, like, horror person, because he really only pops in hard shit. Like, he won't.
Was tragic.
The story was definitely tragic.
Especially to find it out at the end.
The twist of it, yeah. But it's like, yeah, like that's when you get the doc, you know, like the actual news report of the story behind Victor Creel, which is like the first person they think is somebody who did this. Like, so like I said, we're ahead of actually like what the villain is. Like at first, everyone thought it was just a murders. Right. That's how Victor Creel came. Word came up.
We knew it wasn't, but the town thought it was murders.
The town. So that's
first they thought it was oh boy.
Yeah, they thought it was Eddie Munson.
And then like I said, Nancy, she talked to his uncle, and he was like, nah, this is Victor Creel.
Yeah.
And that's when she started doing her research to look into it.
Which, what a trash institution that y'all just took her word. Let Robin give you the grandest of speech.
Passionate. Passion, fam.
To just be like,
passion.
Yeah, that sounded about right. She even fucked up the name.
She fucked up the name later on.
Nigga said, give me 30 minutes. We finna go down.
But I'm saying the fact that she fucked up the name and
but no, I knew that's what it was. Like when she fucked up the name when they got downstairs, and he was like, I'm gonna let y'all have this. I'm finna be right back. I knew he was gonna check it. Yeah.
I knew then, but it's like the fact that you still let them do it.
He was like, y'all gonna. I feel like he probably thought that they was really on some fan shit, was finna get scared or whatever. But you know, he didn't even know they were really investigating anything.
Right.
Like because after the fact when he came in, it's just like y'all had y'all fun talking, but it's like they probably was on some thrill. Like to him, he like y'all on some thrill shit. We gonna, you know what I'm saying? Like
we gonna
like whatever. Yeah, we gonna like and he like no, I'm gonna call the cops or whatever on your ass. So I think that's really what it was. Like we just didn't realize that. That's why he kind of kicked them back out. Like, but I was like, why he let them go in there? Because it's like, yeah, I'm gonna let y'all go in and have this little fun. But I'm finna call the cops. I'm finna check on this and call the cops. You know what I'm saying?
Like I said, that led them to confirm that this is the upside down. Remember, that was like, nah, it's not back. And he was like, hey, he said it was a demon. What else is a demon? Y'all already know. You know what I'm saying? And so, like I said, that's when they get into it. And then,
we're not closer. You be low.
I be low.
And that's what's so crazy, though, because it's like, it still wasn't a demon. Like, I mean, we got to get there for, you know what I'm saying? But having that reference and using that, like.
Well, to the world, it's still a demon. They don't know about demigorgons and all that.
Well, no, they don't know about niggas with powers.
They don't know about shit. They think
right.
The mall
they
was
still
a mall
think it's Satan.
Right. I mean, that's all you're going to go to is it's going to be evil. It's going to be evil.
It's still a demon.
Yeah. So, I mean, that's what I'm saying. Like, so it's like, it's crazy to like but they needed that article to just kind of point them back to that. Even though, I mean, now, like in the time they were in, yes, they were Vecna is a demon. But what they were reading an article and talking to the fam about was like, no, that was actually the first nigga. Because you got to think, like, now that's a story that we never known about because it's like, is this the first nigga with powers? Because it's the 50s and you became one. Like, you were one.
Yeah, that's a good point.
That's a good point. Yeah, he made it.
I guess he was.
Because we haven't heard about any
but he also came from somewhere else, and this was his first time in Hawkins. Like the family moved to Hawkins, he already had issues with doing shit.
I don't know if the family moved to Hawkins, or they just moved to a different part of Hawkins.
Yeah, because they
he said Hawkins. He said they moved to Hawkins, thinking it was a different change, and he was like, and that's when he was saying his story.
We don't know one story outside of he was a nigga with powers. We don't know how he even came to be. We don't know shit about one. We don't know shit about these people having powers.
Right.
Yeah.
Like we don't know why. We don't even know how it was duplicated. How did
I assume that was his blood.
I'm assuming that too, but we don't know.
True.
Like I mean,
when he said it and he duplicated me, all we saw was him tattooing somebody else. We don't even know the process. Like we don't know.
Maybe that's what they're gearing for season 5. Because you gotta so you figure.
I honestly feel like, I mean, which we gotta get to that part, but I feel like the two parts that we're gonna get, the two, like the first part is gonna still explain like L and M. Cause she just kind of sent dude off in the kind of full circle. Yeah. So she now got to talk to old dude again. Like, what the fuck was all this now? Cause I just really dove through the past, and y'all told me one wasn't the real, and what you know what I'm saying?
Also the last tape
where one telling her like y'all were made for me. Like, so she really now getting all of this like what the like.
And like I said, because that was the last tape, now that she got there's nothing else for them. Like they
to her remember.
Yeah, to her remember. Yeah,
she's fully caught up.
So that's what I'm saying. Like, so I feel like we're gonna still get portion in the second part that's gonna have to explain like one, because that would mean like Brenner saw this nigga first and was like, you know what I'm saying? Like he's going to give him a story on one.
Because he said when I woke up to
him.
To the person that I was trying to, the person I was trying to escape.
And he said Dr. Brenner. He specifically said Dr. Brenner.
Yeah. So we know
why. We know why he sort of got rid of him. Because I think he was telling the truth in that. Fam realized, like, bro, I can't control you.
Yeah. No, I believe that.
That part I think is true.
Because you got to think, L didn't have that internet, right? So until he can't control you, that's probably when he puts it in the internet. Because L didn't have an internet.
Right.
I don't think any of the other kids.
Any of them had an internet. He was that was the first.
But I think that's what we were getting at though, because he wasn't born in the lab. Like Brenner found this nigga, and like you've been raised already by motherfuckers. It's like, bro, you out of control. Yeah. But I can make these kids and raise them. They call me Papa and all that, where they don't need this shit because they just know like not to hurt me. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm dad. Like, you don't know me. You think I took you for your dad and doing all this kind of shit. You will kill me, nigga. Like, you will. If I say something wrong, it's like, bro, I don't fucking need you. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
so it's like, like I said, they do need to dive into at least his story.
Yeah, at least something. Like, give me just, even if it don't got to be a full flash, but I need when we go back into the second part that she like hits this nigga immediately. Like, who the fuck is one, and why did he do this? Like, you know what I'm saying?
And then also, why is 11 what is one seeing 11 that's so similar? Like, we know 11 special be just stronger, but like that can't be it. There got to be something why 11 is so important
to one.
That's
a good point.
I mean, yeah. I feel and I feel like what he was trying to say, whatever their powers is.
He said you're very similar to me.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, I feel.
But
why? But it's like, how?
Because it can't just be just strong. Because I mean, shit, like there gotta be something.
Because I mean, I also feel like that too. Like, I feel like out of all the kids in the room and all the things they were showing, nobody had a very different power. Like, everyone.
They all seemed to have the same power.
Yeah, everybody was still moving blocks, moving balls, doing shit. You know what I'm saying?
Even when they were bullying her, they were all pushing her.
Yeah.
So I feel like whatever he's seeing 11, it's probably like well of power.
Well,
yeah.
You also got to think with the reason why they're numbered probably for the most part, is you're doing different variables. If this is a whole science project, meaning this is the basis. Now I'm cloning it. I'm trying to do it. All right, I did this with 2. 2 didn't turn out as strong as I want. So I'm going to do this with 3.
Well, 2 seemed, because remember, 2 was the one.
No, I know that, but I'm just saying,
yeah.
like whatever he was trying to get to, let's say he did 2 and 2 was 50%. But then he did 3 and 3 was 60%. Because that means that the reason why they're numbered is like, okay, subject number 1, we did this. Subject number 2, we did this. Now, let's see how that turns out. Subject number 3, we did this. Let's see how that turns out. So whatever he did with 11 got him as closest to 1, and that's why 1 seen it.
Which I don't know. Did they ever say if there was a 12 and 13? Like, did they go past? Has there been mentioned of anyone past 11?
I think she was the last one.
Yeah, because I think that's when shit hit the fan.
No, because in that lineup there were people after her, and I'm assuming they were standing in numerical order.
I don't know.
It was a lineup.
Remember that when they go into that room?
I thought 11 was last.
I thought there was 2 people after her.
I don't remember.
Let's see. I'm just gonna Google 11 the last one.
But where's we at? Where we at in the story now?
We pretty much. We started jumping all over the place.
Well, I think we're
still talking about 11. It's just so there. Like I said, there's so many different like story angles.
Right.
That is like, you know what I'm saying? Because even like the Hopper, like I said, going back to the Hopper thing and them, you know what I'm saying, putting that shit together. Like the fact that like,
how did they get a fucking Demigorgon in Russian?
We don't know.
I thought from the last season when that portal opened, I assumed they just took it then.
If so.
That would make sense.
It was 9 months, so I don't know what.
No, at the end credits of 3, how far was that from the end of season 3 and the end credit? Because that's when we see they have the Demigorgon the first time, and they also have Hopper, and it's also far enough where they say not the American.
Is it winter? Was it winter in the third?
It was also in Siberia.
Yeah, they are.
But
So I guess
everything of this season was 9 months, so I just assumed.
So you think that
it was jumping in the same.
That makes more sense then, I guess. But they didn't show.
They didn't show specifically how they got it or anything.
Yeah. And then the fact, like you said, that they just using it for entertainment is wild as shit, dog.
That's really wild. Like the fact, like I wonder. Like, my thing is like, how did they capture it though? Because like even like I said, like Hopper said, like the only thing I know is fire. So it's like,
you gotta think, with all the weapons they gave him, they didn't give him any fire weepons. And then when he was about to light it up, they was like, what is he doing?
So they knew.
They know that they know about it. They probably captured it, tested it. You know what I'm saying? And
I do want to say, I want to give a shout out to fam in general though too, like fam that play Hopper and all shit. Because like this nigga, like just in all the movies he's been in, like this nigga's been a superhero. This nigga's been with.
Hilarious that he was captured by the Russians when he played. Red Guardian.
Red Guardian. But this nigga is chunky, fam. Like, he's not a weightlifted ass nigga. This nigga be whooping niggas' ass, running. Like, this nigga, like, he's in Stranger Things, literally taking on a whole fucking rush. Like, bro, like, being a drunk, though, like, drinking whiskey, not giving a fuck about nobody, and still like, all right, we gonna handle this and get out. Like, when they show the niggas,
you get a level of confidence if you fight in Demigorgon before season.
When they show the nigga escape the explosion and how he did, I'm like,
you get a level of confidence, bro. Think about all the stuff that he escaped. You think some prison gonna scare me, nigga?
Bro, he was running. The one thing that threw me a little bit was he was running too well after taking those hits to his foot.
That too.
Yeah.
I was like,
that was even if you wrap that bitch, fam. Like you, like this nigga was parkouring fences.
And then the fact that
he tumbled, like he landed on his feet on a drop.
No frostbite.
No shoes.
No shoes. Went through a whole forest. He at points was running on the snow.
Like this nigga came into the church and had peanut butter before he put the blanket on his feet. Like,
dog,
you know what I'm saying? I'm like,
I definitely when that scene, I was like, no frostbite.
Adrenaline gonna take you there.
That nigga foot should have been
like even the fight that he put up with the nigga,
the
fight he put up with the nigga in the.
He fought Demigorgons. He fought the mind.
Not with his feet on slim,
no,
bro.
I'm
Like
just
this
saying.
nigga.
Y'all wanted to be taken out by that.
His nigga feet was on slants,
This nigga went through adversity.
I want him to at least acknowledge it.
Now
y'all want him taken out by frostbite.
He put his own feet on slants by a big ass Russian, where he you stupid nigga. I'm about to beat your shit in.
That nigga fought the underground.
I want him to at least acknowledge it. Like, damn, I need to hold my feet.
When what made me, bro, the nigga had just took the ring off his ankle and nigga in the room with him. Like you just pushed all that off and you got to get up and you in full mode with this nigga bouncing all over this building, all over it with your feet in shambles, nigga. Like your feet is in shambles and you bouncing all through. Like I should have been as a guard. I should have been able to step on your bare ass foot and got this shit over with. Like, bro, you know what I'm saying? In my boots. Like clean step on your feet. Like,
Hopper, he got, listen, that ain't nothing to him, dog.
Apparently.
A little ankle
like,
ain't shit, dog.
so like I realized Hopper so far,
he damn near got superpowers.
he got plot armor heavy.
Oh, yeah.
Heavy.
For sure.
Like, heavy. Like, you escape like, you ain't even got, boy, you ain't got the athleticism to escape a Russian secret camp that nobody even know where this place is at.
Hey, I did like how Russian fam kept telling him when he kept saying like, "Oh, that's just my friend with Joyce." He like, "Fam, a friend ain't doing all this."
Ain't doing all this. Like, ain't finna do it. Like, they made sure they put that heavy with Joyce and with Nancy. Like, cause this a lot.
Yeah.
I need you to understand what's going on here. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And I feel like when Hopper really saw her, like, this bitch came all the way here for me. Right? You know what I'm saying? Like, from Russia, bro. I don't even know how I would feel if I ever got kidnapped.
Bro,
and it's
but
like,
the funniest shit,
you know what I'm saying? Like,
the funniest shit ever, because we missed the big part. We skipped over 11 busting an old girl in the face with the skate. But like I was gonna say, because what's funny is as soon as she left, shit hit the fan. Like till this day, right now, she don't know about anything that's happening right now.
She don't.
She just went to save Hop, and the last thing we saw is her saving Hop. She don't know about 11 being arrested.
She don't know her kids.
Know about her kids in the upside.
And Nevada.
She don't know about shit.
she didn't know shit. Yeah, she don't know shit, fam.
She don't know shit. Right
Like,
now.
this was probably the first season where everybody was on their own shit for real.
Yeah.
Where everybody had moments where like, should we connect it? Like, tell everybody, and they like,
know
no.
what any other group is doing.
Like, they like, should we tell them what's going on? Like, nope, we don't got time for it. We just don't got time for it. Like, and they made sure that Mike and them just did not have contact about just making their line busy. Like, you can't even call the house.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? You can't even call them.
Yeah,
like, them niggas
they
on their own shit. Like,
so
and that's why I love, because it was like Mike was able to bring in, what's his name, Ruby or whatever, like, with us not even knowing. Like, we just hear, you know what I'm saying? Like, they was able to bring people in.
They brought in, like I said, with Ruby and what's her boy name?
Argyle?
Yeah, Argyle.
Argyle hilarious, dog.
Argyle was my nigga.
I think Argyle gonna die, but Argyle hilarious.
I didn't want Argyle came in early where I thought, like, in the beginning, like, this nigga, he's the nigga that's gonna die.
I definitely think Argyle's gonna die. I think he's too clueless, and obviously because he behind his
No, but did he be on it? Like that,
no, that's the problem. He's clueless. He's not gonna die. He's gonna sacrifice himself.
Clueless.
Oh, he might. Yeah,
he's clueless, but he has the most realistic like reaction to this shit, because everybody else just be like, all right, well, fuck it, we fight Demi Gordon. That nigga's like, nigga, wait.
Because he knew to this.
What the fuck?
He knew to this.
But so did Eddie was also like that.
No, there was a moment in time where a lot of people was new and they just like, all right, well, this is what we doing.
But Eddie was the same way. He straight up told Steve like, fam.
But that's Eddie, a new character.
Yeah.
No, this people this season.
Argyle too. I mean, Argyle.
Talk about everybody that we got up until this point. Nobody gave.
Argyle just want to get high.
Nobody reacted like Eddie and Argyle. Those are the only two people that had it. Everybody else, when they learned it.
I feel like Robin freaked out.
No, she did not.
No, I think she was just in.
Motherfucker was just in. That's why I like Argyle, dog. He was like, wait, why?
So look, Max and Robin both just fine.
They probably had a moment, but not like Argyle and Eddie, like not freak out.
Yeah,
they was just like, they got over that shit quickly and just jumped into the
Which,
phone.
to be fair, in Eddie and Argyle's situation, it wasn't immediately in their face.
I mean, Eddie's I'm fine with, because Eddie literally saw the first death. Yeah. Like, so I got Eddie's, because Eddie's like, that was one of those things where it's like, because, you know, this Stranger Things went to this.
What's old girl name? She just jumped in. Everybody had it like her. When they told her about everything, she didn't have no old girl at the skate park with the new chick. Ain't she new? Or was she in last season?
You talking about Max?
Yeah.
Max was in last season.
She was in like the last 2 seasons.
Yeah,
no, not Max. The other grown. Why can't I think of her name right now?
It was Nancy, Robin, and Max with them.
Robin.
Robin was in last season.
Yeah, Robin was in last season.
Yeah.
Yeah, Robin fought in the mall with them.
Yeah, she worked at Scoop.
Chips Ahoy with her. Yeah,
You're right. But she didn't have a reaction.
I feel like she did.
I'd have to rewatch the third season. I don't think she did. I don't think it was as crazy as Argyle's freak out. But remember, Argyle's freak out because they was getting shot at by humans.
Yeah.
It wasn't
Argyle.
I saw some. They were getting shot at by military.
Dog, that was a wild ass scene.
Like, dog, that one nigga was going ham. Like, I'm mad black dude got taken out so quick, but that other nigga with the Tom Selleck was going bananas in the house.
You go.
Like, that nigga was John Wick as a bitch in the house, bro. Like,
I get Argyle's freak out because they were getting shot at by the military.
And he made it all the way to the van. Like, he took these niggas through their whole house, shooting at niggas, and got back outside. Like, and got back outside. Yeah, and was able to get a message off, like, bro,
but
a lot.
Like, you know what I'm saying? So 11, that's when she gets recaptured. We learn about everything and shit. And then moving forward, like you said, it's like.
I don't remember the big dude. Like, the dude that's really fucking helped, like Elle. It was like, you know, the one that really came and got her. Like, I don't remember him from none of the seasons.
I think this is our introduction to him.
Like, but he know who she is, though.
Oh, you're talking about the other dude, not the doctor.
Yeah, not Brenner, but the chunkier dude.
The one that
I think he looks different this season.
Yeah, he helped her. That was who helped her last season. Or because we seen him before.
I think he one of those people who like helped her.
Yeah, because remember everybody was in like I said, we don't trust Papa.
Yeah,
right.
But like I think he was like the vice versa of Papa.
I thought you was talking about the nigga in the suit. I'm like, no, dude is clearly new. The shoot nigga we just talking about.
Oh, the shoot nigga. Yeah.
I'm like, no, that's I'm like we just talking about. Clearly new.
Yeah, he clearly knew.
Yeah, and then like I said, when she got getting back to it, like again. Getting back to the facility and her going through the memories and everything like I like how the progress of them showing us the story, because remember up until we get back there we think like, dog, why didn't 11 kill these kids?
Definitely was like family.
That's what I'm saying. It was a really good. Yeah.
They kept on building up the whole bullying
especially
situation.
after she freaked out on
and
because
she been bullied, and because they gave her that already, like in real life, like that was her whole high school shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? So it's like seeing that she killed. So that's what made me realize, even having the black dude again. We forgot about that. The black sergeant dude that's on L ass.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, that nigga lips look like booty hole. Like, it was a scene where this nigga lips looked like real ground beef. It was so black and weird. I'm like, bro, who lips look like this? Like real booty hole lips, like booty hole, like. But like I said, fam, I lost my track because this nigga booty hole lips.
But no, I was like how they, because like they was leading up to the bullying, like they was showing us in real life her being bullied, and then this whole process of so it was kind of like she snapped in real life again. But we're showing what it stemmed from of her snapping.
I definitely thought I thought that they was gonna come and bully her again, and she was just gonna say, "Really? Fuck all y'all."
Yeah. Now, at first, I was thinking 8 was Vecna. I was like, because the way they was pinning him as a bully, I was like, I wonder did he turn to Vecna before they started giving.
Okay, you could think it was the past. Yeah, the past shit. Yeah.
Yeah. So when I was thinking about the past, I was like, okay, they showing us this for a reason. Obviously the bullying, but I was like, I wonder if 8 Vecna, because then until he started talking about 1, then I was like, okay, 1 is Vecna, but I'm like, what happened to 1? Because like I said, I was still under the impression that there was a 1. And
I guess I didn't have any push on who Vecna was, but when when he took that sort of extra interest in her, he would come and play with her when she was doing that. I'm like, and that's when he started talking about. When I was like, oh, he's 1. For one small second, I thought it was Brenner. The nigga had the same hair to me as the Brenner. Like, I thought it was like a young Brenner. Like, bro, did you already have powers and you been the one starting this and doing like? So I thought whatever this thing that they were doing to get her, like he was him, like in her dream trying to get her to kick all this shit up. Cause his hair looked like, if you looked at the nigga, like it's like, bro, they got the same hairstyle.
I mean, but that would have been too spot on to have him a villain in real life and have him a villain in.
But I didn't think he was really a villain.
No,
I think he
thought that he was just literally inserting himself in her memories to sort of have her to help
like
her
to push her on.
Oh.
You know what I'm saying? Because I feel like when every time that he would talk to the old boy, he's like, all right, you wanted some progress? Here. It'd be though, dude, putting L through some shit like, I'm gonna tell you what's gonna happen tonight, what's all gonna go at, you know what I'm saying?
We gotta get his and one's story. Like, why does he have such a disdain for one?
I think it's literally just because he can't control him.
Well, I know that, but why does he want to control him? What is his motive? What is he?
Oh, yeah.
Because we don't know what he wants. But so what you're saying, see, I was like, okay, there was a real one, and I feel like whatever he's doing with 11, he was doing with one, and one got captured and killed, or at least we thought, but one turned to Vecna. Like, so I thought, like, one, he was trying to save him like he was trying to save 11. So I didn't think he was one. I did think there was still there was a one. But I thought tragic happened.
Like, my thing was, like, I thought if it, like, I didn't, for a minute when I didn't think dude was one. Like, I thought dude was one when he was giving a story of one. Yeah. Because no one else gave her a story of one. So I'm like, this nigga got to be one.
Right.
But then I also thought, too, like, if he's not going to be the story of one, if he's not one, then the point of it is Elle's going to find one in the story. Like, she's going to find the room and be like, I need to talk to this nigga because this dude keep telling me that we're similar. So I need to meet this nigga so I can figure out how to find, you know what I'm saying? So I thought either way I knew he was going to figure out who one was. Because I figured, like, you know what I'm saying? But I didn't know how it was going to, I knew
so
one.
What was the turning point for you? Like, Dig said he thought it was like.
Well, no, like I said, when he told me that, I think he said one got turned into an orderly.
No, I don't think so. He never.
When she asked you, like, well, what happened to one? He said, we'll save that story for another.
Yeah.
But I feel like later on he said one was like he became like.
I'm
gonna have to definitely watch it again. But I feel like
I'm positive he didn't.
Someone mentioned.
I'm
that's
positive,
too easy.
Bro. I'm positive.
You basically give it away at that point because the minute you say one got turned into an orderly, it's like, nigga,
so you may be thinking about so right before she took it out, he was saying
even the orderlies are controlled.
He was like when I told you that people were prisoners, it was not just you, it's everybody, the doctors, the patients, and he was like me, and then he showed her that. And then she's like, well, what if I help you? And then she took it out. So that moment, that's when.
Oh, maybe that's why. No. So like I said, but no, like mine, like no, mine was that. Like when it was the story of when he was like, it wasn't that I for sure was like he was one, but I'm like, at that point I was like, he's either one or we finna see one.
But
like,
so my question is,
Kim is one.
Right. So my question is, when was you for sure he was one? Because like mine wasn't until that literal moment when he said, when I told you everybody's prison.
It was really more. I don't know when I knew he was one before the whole pill thing, but it was really more because he just kept bothering her. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, he was the only one that always kept trying to get her. Yeah. That's what I was like, and he would always use one as influence to do it. And I'm like, this nigga gotta be one, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I didn't never really just be like, do the whole, like, this one. I was just like, this gotta be one. Because at one point I'm like, he's not even regarding or telling her about a door or where one at. Like, you know what I'm saying? He just keeps.
At first he was just trying to help her unlock her power.
But he was always using one. Like,
because he needed her to be strong enough to pull that out without, killing her.
Right.
But so, like I said, so that's when he was like, do you have a memory like that? Like, think about something that is a bad memory, but it's also painful. And, so he was trying to get her to unlock that, I guess, because that's how he figured it out. He said, that's how you figured it out. Because when he was telling the story, he was like, when I asked one what happened, he was like, I figured it out. I just figured it out. And so, like, I think with him, he realized that it's not just fear that you got to have. You got to have a painful memory to pull from to get the strongest power. And I think it's important.
But that's why I said I feel like because he was using one. Because I mean, when they gave him his story, like when he talked his story, I didn't see the description he gave. Because this nigga was literally evil from the start.
Well,
like the script, like he's like, you got to go from pain and anger to kind of get like.
What he was saying was you got to have, because remember, he said in his story, he said he was like, I was trying to find my powers, and then he was like, and then I realized I can do more, and that's when he did his first kill when he killed his mom. Right, that was his first major human kill.
Yeah.
That, but then he said, then I didn't know my limits to my power, because that's when he sent his dad to the Jinjitsu, and then so wherever he was at, remember his dad was in a trance, because his dad, when he told the story, he said he tried to kill my kids and I tried to save him because he was in that trance. And when he got out, he thought his son got killed. So like
Right, yeah,
said,
he woke him up, yeah.
And then he said, when I woke up in it. So I think with him, he was trying to explain like, yeah, you have to find that anger and that pain, but it was like you got to know that balance, because he said when he figured it out, that's when he figured it out, but he went too far. So then, like, the only reason why he's not running loose since then is because old boy captured him, peeled him up, and so he been peeled up.
Because remember, it wasn't. That's when you found out, and I'm curious how that works now moving forward. Remember, their whole thing was that's how they found out the music worked.
Yeah.
But when he tells his story, it wasn't the music. Remember, he said, I went too far, and he just fainted.
Yeah, he said he went too far.
So it leaves the question, why did the music work for Max?
Yeah. Because so pretty much he found his max potential, went too far, and then now he was sedated. So he was like, damn, like I figured it out.
But I think that's also what we were saying too, because I feel like, remember, from the father, like the music came on. I don't think he cut it off though.
No, but that's the thing. When the music came on, the father, the father, he said that's all he could remember. That's what he felt brought him back to the present.
Yeah, because he didn't think about his son.
But
he didn't think that
when his son was telling the story, he specifically said, when I was going to kill my father, I pushed too far and he fainted, and that's when his dad came back too. Now, so it's like if you're taking his word for it, then it wasn't the music that brought his father back. It wasn't. Victor didn't bring the music back.
Or the music distracts him, so now his hold is loosened.
And it could be. That's what I'm saying. It's interesting.
I mean, you know what? I mean, also even in that same regard, though, I feel like
because then why
I feel like Vecna didn't give
what?
Because he fainted. That was the whole reason.
But think about it. You're using so much mental capacity to take over somebody or send them to another world, right? And right now, this is your first time unlocking this additional power that you got. And then the music, for whatever reason, I don't like. Maybe it's just a sonic sound or something. There's a specific sound or something, right? That fucks up your concentration. And because at that time that was your first time using it, you pass out. So now you're perfecting it. So now maybe it's not passing out, but it distracts you enough where it opens up a hole for when whatever you're trying to do, somebody can get out, right? So it's like whatever it is that's in music, something.
Because I mean, I was gonna say that. Because I was gonna say that. I think what bothered me is the fact that Vecna didn't acknowledge the music thing.
Right, he never acknowledged the music thing.
Like when it happened, and he saw that she's gonna make a run for it, he just like, I'm gonna drop all this shit
but think about
down.
It, this is the second time that it only happened.
We don't know that though, because
we only know two stories. We know that it happened with his dad, and then it happened with this. Everybody else he been getting. Nobody else has escaped. So it only happened twice.
But we also don't know if he got anybody who just had him. Like if we don't know if he got anybody.
We do know, because remember he said he fainted and woke up in Brenner's care.
Yeah, and then he's been in Brenner's care since.
We know he was in Brenner's care until
Elle pushed him into the
down. So we know that, and then we have to assume if we're saying
so that we really don't know if he doesn't. We honestly can say that he doesn't know that music does anything. Vecna wouldn't know.
Right. So that's why. But then think about it. He did have a weird look. Like what the fuck? Like,
I mean, that's what I'm saying. Like that's because that was my gripe. I was gonna say I was saying Vecna didn't say anything, seeing that she saw the music and left. But
he was definitely shocked that she broke out.
But he was shocked by it. But he wasn't like, I've been here before. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
didn't put two and two together yet.
Right. So that's what I'm saying. So that's why I was saying, like, that's why I said it's going to me off, because they used the music reference. Yeah. But Vecna didn't show no fucking acknowledgement of it when it happened. Like, you would think, you know, other than him.
Fair, he may not hear the music. I'm sure he doesn't.
I feel like he should, because he's in their head. Like, he's in your head.
That's fair.
You know what I'm saying?
I can't
like,
confirm or not. I don't know.
Or they are in your head. Like, I mean, that's what I'm saying. It's a lot of still loose shit. Because, I mean, even when they were saying, like, you know, Max was in that red area, like, are you in his space? But it's like, nigga, is he in your head? Like, where are y'all at? Yeah. Like, when y'all really encounter.
I think no, that actually, they do sort of touch on that. Because remember, every other time when he's in somebody, they're just basically in their own. They're like, you don't see all the red shit. And then remember, when he got to the red point, he was like, "Hey, how are you here?"
Yeah, because he was shocked a couple of times.
Because he specifically was like, "Fem, you ain't supposed to be here."
He was like, "What are you
how
doing?
Are you here?"
Like, right, and that's what I'm saying. Like, we don't know. Cause I was like she was like that. Like the whole battle that he had with her at that point,
what's
in the red? Like you in his space,
Right.
And then now this the open walk and you get out, but it's like how that was really a lot that kind of happened.
Well,
Like
they
you really
didn't,
that's
they
like
didn't sort of
yeah,
explain.
they
Which
didn't really.
could
it's
explain
not
it.
wrapped up yet, so that's why they didn't mean
Fair.
they didn't wrap anything up.
I mean, 5 hours is gonna be a lot. It's a lot still got to get wrapped up in 5 hours.
I don't know. 5 hours is a long time, dog.
5 hours is a
In
very
movie-
long
in
time.
Movie time?
I mean, it's broken up. It's not just 5 hours straight. It's two.
It's 2.5 hours,
Okay,
basically.
And
half
did they say they dropped them both at the same time,
No,
or is it
one
going to
is-
be?
yeah, they both on July 1st.
But-
One is 2 hours 20 minutes.
Yeah.
So the other maybe 2 hours. And the finale is 2 hours 20 minutes.
Right, so what I'm saying, like...
So it's probably not gonna be direct for
movie
5
time,
hours.
Nigga, we've seen movies go over a week in 2.5 hours.
We've seen movies go over years.
I'm just saying, like, it's just a lot to cover.
Yeah, I hear
If you trying to say you closing this out,
No, they're
Well,
not.
to be fair, he may be still also the big bad of season 5.
Yeah.
His story may not end
we
here.
We saw Mind Flare carry over to 2 seasons.
So it may get a reprieve, and then it's all right. We got to finish him off once and for all during season 5.
I would love season 5 just to beat them niggas in Upside Down. Like everybody just like we just finna stay in Upside Down and battle this shit out, and just go.
It
Like,
could be.
That'll be a long ass battle scene.
It would be 8 episodes. I'm
8
assuming
episodes
again.
in battle. That's a long.
I mean, it don't gotta be in battle, but 8 episodes where they just end up upside. Like we just going.
Just trying to
Because I mean,
figure
I
it
feel like
out.
we've already set the place of knowing the Upside Down is Hawkins, but just like it's darker, or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Like they kind of show the idea of like them there
Hawkins
trying to
in the
find where they
past,
can
I
plant
guess.
shit at. So I think
Yeah, which is that threw us a
The what?
It's Hawkins in the past.
Hawkins in the past.
that's what I'm saying. Like
It's
that
Hawkins from
that
the day
that
of
got to get
Will's
explained.
disappearance, especially.
That got to get explained because
Well, I'm pretty sure it will because, like I said, it's from the day that Will disappeared.
that's what I'm saying. That's what I was saying about the full circle. I was like the full circle. The fact that we hate Will or he had a massive
hate
Will.
Will.
I'm just saying like the fact that you feel like he's unimportant. He has to be like the full circle because
Fair.
it's like the fact that like you know what I'm saying and. The reason he would still walk around, be naive, and kind of be around would make more sense too. Like we gonna probably have another moment where this nigga gonna pass out again. Like Will ain't been
Will
upside
is the one that
down.
dies.
He ain't been around
He
none of
was
that
the one
shit.
that gotta sacrifice himself.
Like Will ain't been in none of that shit. Like they got him out of.
It very well could be that this is all. I mean, obviously we know partly it's because of 11, but it also could be because they got him out. Maybe he was never supposed to come back.
Right. Like Will
Or-
probably went in was supposed to be Vecna. Like nigga, you in there now, nigga. Like you know what I'm saying?
But nigga, you Vecna Jr.
Yeah, you a
Like,
villain. You gonna be a villain today, nigga.
Or because whoever is the character Will in D&D, that's the start of the campaign, and that's why
Look at that
this
nigga.
is gonna be a D&D watch.
But I mean, yeah, like
All
I
I'm
mean,
saying though is the last
It's a
take for
D&D.
me is they can't let my guy Steve die. He had
Hold
two.
on, we know because we gotta get to the moment.
Oh
like
man,
it's
we finna
yeah,
long.
it's a long like
We
we
gotta
break
get to
we
Lucas.
break it down eight we breaking
gotta
down
get-
8
we gotta
episodes.
get to Lucas having his moment.
I'm just
like-
we gonna run long. We already at 2.5. We're at 2 hours 15.
I was worried about it too because I'm definitely having show fatigue of it. I'm like, dog, we still got a lot of this show we got to bust down.
We can jump in. I thought you wanted to talk about.
No, I
Lucas.
mean, like I said, I want to get Lucas his shine. Like I said, highlight of the season.
Yeah.
Lucas is the highlight of the season. Because, I mean, the nigga was literally, like, his character development. Like I said, we talked about, like, from last season being cool.
Yeah.
But, I mean, just in general, like, fam, like, I ain't going to say that I was against the love of him and Max. I'm not going to be in that. I'm not going to talk in that realm. Like, I don't think it was wrong. I don't think it was right. But what I'm going to tell you is that this nigga was fighting for his love.
He said,
Lucas,
he was
like-
like, you was gone. I thought it was you was gone. He was like, we just wasn't there for you.
each other. Like we
I
wasn't there for you.
wasn't there.
It's
I
not
wasn't
your fault at all.
He-
You ain't
he
do
was-
nothing
and
wrong.
He was true end of the road. Just
Like
That's-
this nigga is 14 years old.
the talking
Hey,
part on
that's-
bended knee and he was definitely fam
Spitting,
talking.
spitting game.
Baby, I know you've been out there doing all these things.
Like he just like he like bro like when I realized he was emotional with her when he was just like, fam, you acting like you like a ghost, like you not even around,
Yeah,
like nigga, and she stayed keep trying to cut this nigga like cause we broke up. He's like, nigga, I ain't even on that. Like why you keep trying to bring the breakup? Like I'm just like we friends, bro.
Yeah.
Like what you been on? Like
Bro,
he was.
when
I
he
see
hit her
you.
with when he hit her with the she was like, you a fan of Kate Bush? And he was like, bro, she saved your life. I love her.
I love her to death.
I
He had game.
Hey.
was like, this is-
Like Lucas was in this.
Dang.
Lucas was in here in this season, like doing everything, bro. like from
From throwing the bad guys off, sitting in
Yes.
the house.
like
You know what I'm
he
saying? Running, biking to get to these niggas to give you a clue.
like exhausted though.
Exhausted.
Like this nigga was in their house.
Dealing with the hangover still, because it's all the next day.
Yeah.
It's all next day. All next day. Like this nigga, this what I'm saying, like Lucas
After hitting the game-winning shot.
after putting these niggas in the championship, the captain bitch dead. Now we gotta help you find the bitch. You know what I'm saying? Like he's like, I'm just trying to win the game, see my niggas. Like, you know what I'm saying? But I can't now. Like I feel like he partied with his guy, with the basketball niggas, but he was planning on getting up that day. Called us and like, bro, you know I want to see my niggas. You know what I'm saying? But niggas wake up to a dead body. Police in the, like, this nigga think he finna go to jail. Man. You don't, like, can you imagine your first day drinking and the next day the police at the place?
Damn.
Like, nigga.
You sober for a
as
long
a
while
bitch,
after
bro.
that.
Like, talking about dead bodies and shit. Like, bro, what? Why we here? Like, niggas trying to say you cool. Like, nah, bro, I ain't never been here before. Like, I just got here. Like, what you mean? Like, I mean, Lucas' character development to me, and like I said, I'm really going back from the beginning because I feel like Lucas definitely played a very smaller role in the beginning of the first two seasons.
For sure.
Oh yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like he was like he was
just part of
even
the
if you think about first season, I think his highlight moment was like didn't he have a slingshot or some shit or like
Something like that.
You know what I'm saying? Like they kind of gave him a little last minute shot thing too, but he really didn't do a lot. Like he was there.
Even last season, it wasn't like he had crazy amount of moments.
Right.
This season, they was just like
they gave him a shot.
Hey, get Lucas
well,
a
like
shot.
you said, they give everybody their shot.
It's a recycle. It was a recycling moment. Like I feel like this was a very even season.
Oh yeah.
And I think because it was even season, everybody. I feel like the season we got built up enough couples that you can kind of like have like a Max and Lucas and a Dustin and Eddie and a, you know what I'm saying, Nancy and like, you know what I'm saying, like you can have like, it was like I said, like at some points it was so many stories going on at once. Cause I mean, you would have 4 niggas together and that's one story, but then you might have moments where just only 2 niggas or one person, like, and it'd be like, that still would transition back
and
into like.
They was building the relationships in it because remember, they had the moments where Robin and Nancy didn't really like each other.
Right, you know what I'm saying?
Had their whole moment. Steve and
Eddie
didn't really like each other. And they started talking about, you know, they built their relationship.
So that's what I'm saying.
Eddie played a good, like, hey man, you gotta get your shit together, bro. Like, fam,
Right.
bro. Nigga, like he was on his, like he was like, yeah man, you know what I'm saying? Like, hey, nigga, you think I'm here for you? Nah, I just didn't want to be a punk, but her, she here for you, nigga.
Bro, he was
get
like,
your shit together.
Eddie really told the nigga, like, I didn't think you could be a nice nigga, bro. Like, I did not,
he
like.
was true. That was true. Like, it wasn't hate because it was like begrudging respect, but he was like, bro, I thought you was gonna be an ain't shit ass.
Like,
nigga.
he really wanted to tell this nigga, like, you crushed my stereotype, bro.
Bro,
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
he
you know what I'm saying?
he was like, I really thought you was gonna be ain't shit rich.
Yeah.
Got the hair, got the girls loving you, and you a good dude.
Like, and you a good dude.
Like-
Like, hey, the nigga was really jealous. Like, and you good. Like,
he was like, I get it, like Dustin. He was like, I was jealous because I wanted to be Dustin's big homie, but you Dustin's big homie. Like, I get it.
Cause you get there, like, he's like, nigga, he was like, I could have had that one thing I took from your ass, but I see why this nigga like your ass too. You know what I'm saying? Like,
He was definitely the good version of that hating demon from Demon Slayer.
Yeah.
Oh, you got all the bitches, but he ain't want to kill you for it. Oh, you got all the bitches.
You got-
Mr. Bitches over here.
you got all the bitches, dog.
But his character development was dope too.
Steve. That's
Because
what said he can't
You
die.
gotta remember at the beginning.
Sam was an
remember,
asshole.
He was an asshole.
He was.
a bully.
He was.
For him to go to that to
And then dog,
the
they
nigga
was
is
fucking
basically
his ribs
the
up,
nigga is
man.
basically dad to them because every time something go wrong, it's hey Steve.
That's why I did love that they had to acknowledge that, like, he's like, bro, I'm tired of being with the kids. Like, I'm tired of being like
Dad want his free time too.
But that's also made me scared because, like you saying though, like having that, knowing that they wanted to keep kind of showing that that connection he had with them is like, fam gonna sacrifice himself for them.
Which is what I don't.
But I mean, that one was scary because it was like, that was a long time.
Yeah.
Like, you went and got snatched up and it got on your ass. Like, you, like,
Bro,
it was like, I'm like,
And they
I didn't know.
wrap it up perfectly. He's still bleeding out, dog. we don't know if it's infected. We don't know like. If
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like that's what I'm saying. Like we just got the trope that's all horror movie tropes of a nigga getting injured and it's like, you gonna hide this for how long? You know what I'm saying? Like,
Well, we don't know.
We don't know the extent of how bad it is.
He may know internally, like I'm turning or some shit.
Like all the shit he been doing. Like I feel like the fact, like even though she rapped him, this nigga still was like during that time he was still active. Yeah. Like after they rapped him, this nigga was still moving, and it felt like it was the same thing with Fan did with his feet. Like when she rapped this nigga, he was moving. He was out of here again. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
I'm joining the internet with this one. There's a whole hive on the internet that says, Steve dies, we right. I'm right with him. We right.
Like Steve is gonna sacrifice himself for Nancy or the kid. Or probably just all of them in general.
All of them in general.
Like, and I don't want to see it. And if it does happen, I feel like it's gonna be a moment where it happens, but he doesn't die. Like someone else gonna still cut in.
As long as it's season 5, it can't be the end of this season.
Right. I need anybody who's in the core group
to at least
to die. Yeah, just like everybody, all that shit happened in season 5.
I think we're gonna lose somebody this season. I don't know who, but we're gonna lose somebody.
If we lose anybody this season, I either feel like we either gonna lose.
I just think
I feel like that's still too. I feel like that's still too close. If we lose anybody, it's gonna be.
Amazing.
I feel like we're gonna lose.
It very well could also be Eddie.
No, I think we're gonna lose. Fan that helped Joyce.
Oh, Murray. Hey, I was shocked when he actually knew karate. I was mad.
I was high key mad. Like I wanted this to be a bubbling accident. You know what I'm saying? I wanted him to still win, but I wanted him to not know karate. You know what I'm saying?
Yo, he was like my hands are like blades.
Like I wanted him. I still wanted him to win, but I wanted him to be like bumbling, like fuck it up, like. So I was like, and because his confidence is so like. Fam always plays some orthodox ass nigga. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Really so I feel like because he actually doesn't have no connection to nobody, and he really all like they just come to him like for assistance help, he's gonna be the first one that you like, cause you still gonna be sad cause you realize, oh, this nigga really did, like he had all the knowledge for everybody. Like anybody came to him, and he gonna be gone.
He was just pure help.
Yeah, pure help, and he gonna be gone now. Like he got everybody back. Hopper back with Joy. Everybody's back. The kids gonna get like we gonna get to this point where everybody's back.
Yeah.
And he's going to be the one I think that's going to die to be like, I'm just happy to see everybody. Like, y'all got to handle this now. I did everything I could. I got everybody back. You know what I'm saying? Y'all, you know what I'm saying? Because it's like, he like even, like I said, like that's where I felt like the Hopper Russia, all that moment was.
Well, we'll get to that. The two big finales was the Hopper story and Eleven's and Vecna's reveal. So let's talk about that. So let's start with the Hopper story.
If he had that 3-hour episode.
I mean,
we can split it up. We can figure it out. But like Hopper story ending, you know what I'm saying? Where the fight against the Demigod,
yeah, which I thought was trash. I thought the fire taking forever to come out was trash. That was trash.
It was stereotypical.
What was
like I'd rather the fire works fine and the nigga broke his stick.
What was trash to me was why he didn't stab it with the fire. Why just like?
Because it would have went out and then you ain't got no fire no more. No. Like it wouldn't have killed the nigga. It'd have been like, ooh, it hurt, but now you ain't got the fire no more. You know what I'm saying?
I feel like that fire would have kept on going.
No, they're not made of gasoline, nigga. Like they're not flammable. They just scared of fire. They're not flammable.
But if you hit him in the throat when he does his open thing and fire on the inside, I feel like you out of here.
I don't think the fire was gonna stay that long. It wasn't like. It was vodka. All
right.
Because I mean, like the idea is like, you know, they scared of fire, like they're gonna get, burnt and set in fire. Like, so it's like I feel like, I feel like Hopper knew that. Like I really can't stab this nigga, but the blood or whatever is gonna pretty much wipe this out. And the fire was going out anyway. Like as he was swinging out, whatever. Like that's like. But I was mad that this nigga had a 2-handed melee weapon and this nigga just did knock the stick out of his hand. Like, I was kind of mad at Demi Gordon. He was swinging at him, and I'm like, nigga, y'all both doing the same thing. You just kind of going back and forth, and he kind of going back and forth. It's like,
smart.
Yeah,
I never got the impression that they're that smart.
They're just rage. They're not calculating with how they fight.
Nah, bro. I feel like the way this nigga was fighting everybody else.
It was just rage.
No, it was just running around. He was just running around just fucking shit up.
That nigga was just rage, dog.
Nothing about that seemed calculated.
Because I mean, no, because even oh boy, the Russian, like his partner, hit, like, really came at this nigga, attacking this nigga, and Fan broke this nigga stick. It's like, bro, get the fuck out of here. Like,
but I think that's just reflective. Like, you see something coming at you, you're going to knock it out. But the fire, like,
right. I think the fear of the fire overwhelms that. It's not thinking, oh shit, something's holding this fire.
It wasn't like he was doing combos. It wasn't like he was like, boom, boom.
I mean, he was like, so the only, so the one thing.
He got 4 arms for one.
But the one.
He just grabbing, spinning. Like,
But I mean, I'm saying, like, the one thing that was, like, he was active with everybody. Like, this nigga was climbing the walls, jumping back down on niggas, pouncing everywhere. But dude, like, you know, hopping with the fire, he just on this, like, it's this man, I'm right here. Like, he could have jumped off, came down. Like, this nigga could have been at this nigga. Like,
but that would be calculated.
but he was, I feel like he was calculated with certain, like, y'all saying like he was just coming in to savage, but it's like, no, this nigga was pouncing off and then jumping back on niggas and moving. Like, he was literally like, remember they say, like, no, this nigga wants to play. Like, he wants to play with y'all.
Nah,
like, he wants to, like, come in and do shit.
I think the fear overwhelmed it.
Yeah, I think it was just pure, like, rage. And then, like I said, fire is pure fear. It's just simple as that. Rage and fear.
I mean, that would be putting Demi Gordon in a very sibling. I mean,
but it is, because remember, the Demi Gordons, they didn't really start doing things until the Mind Flayer started. Like, that's the whole reason of, like, the evolution of it. When it was first Demi Gordons, it was just Demi Gordons coming. That's it. Then you learn about the Mind Flayer, and then you start seeing the calculations of him, you know, possessing people, and, like, the Demi Gordons are moving different. Like, if the Mind Flayer's in charge, so that's the whole thing of the hierarchy. Like, the Demi Gordons are literally just go, unless they got somebody controlling them.
I guess I have to watch seasons again to remember.
Yeah,
that
double check it.
Cause I didn't know. I didn't remember the Demi Gordons being controlled by anything. I thought even when the Mind Flayer came in, I thought it really was just a people thing. I don't remember them having a moment of controlling Demi Gordons. Like, I remember, you know, like, I know they called them, like, I need y'all to come, you know what I'm saying? But I don't recall him actually, like, commanding them to, like, be smarter. You know what I'm saying?
I think he meant, like, control, like,
okay, this is
where we at.
Like the first one,
rally call,
out there, but now you got a rally call. Go get that. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's when the Mind Flayer came in. Like, go get that.
Oh yeah, I mean, he directs them to a target.
So
but I mean, I feel like I feel like their action is still gonna be the same. They're just like, it's not. I'm telling you how to fight. I'm just like I can tell you, I can let you run loose and you're gonna kill everybody, or I can just direct you to kill Didge. Right. But you're gonna still fight me. All three of us the same way. You know what I'm saying? Like,
but I feel like that's what it was doing in the.
I don't think it was no.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, I feel like it's still. I feel like it was some kind of intelligence to him because.
Sometimes because he knows to open the door. Like, they know. Like, they got some intelligence. But I don't think it's like coordinated fight intelligence. Like,
because even the door open thing, like, this nigga still had the flame in his face, and he like, I'm still open this fucking door, nigga.
It was going out. Cause remember, that's how they actually got the door closed. When he put the flame up to it, he was, oh shit, and that's when he let go.
Yeah, and then because then it was out, and then when he opened it back up, and
he did. He stabbed him with it. Yeah, he had to stab. Yeah, he had to stab him with it. Mm-hmm. So I forgot about that. Okay, I mean, I get it. I mean, like I said, y'all just making it simpler, but I feel like he was a little bit smarter than that. But I mean, and that's what made me look at it like, this nigga was just so active for the first 4 or 6 niggas he killed, and now he just literally standing here in front of Hopper.
I thought it was paralyzed from the fear.
Yeah, I did. Me too.
But I mean, I feel like I guess, and that's like, he was still swinging at him though. Yeah, like Hopper, he was still swinging, trying to knock it out of his hand. Like, he wasn't paralyzed. Like, I don't want to even touch this fire.
But you said he didn't. Like, he was in charge. He didn't charge until it was out. So there's still a fear. It's like a fear.
But that's what I said. But that's what I said. Like, I feel.
How niggas handle with beat, like I said.
But that's what I said. I feel like
you're not fearful of it, but you know, like, I ain't trying to get stunned.
But that's what I said. I feel like because of how he maneuvered with everybody else that he was fighting, because he just kind of stayed face to face with, like, Hopper showed. It's like, I mean, I get the fear, but it's like everything came at him, and I get, like, maybe if y'all saying like the fire, like, I get the fire, like, the only thing that really whatever, but it's like, I heard this nigga would have, even if anything, if the nigga would have even saw the spear fire and jumped to a cliff to be like away from it, to show like, no, like, now let me try to find a way to get back. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want to be that close to you because you about to. That's what I'm saying. But I feel like he was doing that with literally everybody else that was trying to bring harm to him. Like, without knowing fire is available at all, niggas who was trying to come out with an axe knife, he was still moving and getting around them. like to like not get touched. Like you not finna hit me. Like he just, and like he got touched with the fire. He just like, nigga, like no one touched him. Like you not finna touch me, bro. Like I'm gonna knock you out your hand. I'm gonna jump here and throw you off.
Armor.
It's plot armor, yeah, it's plot armor.
Like,
but I mean, so as I said, like I mean, which Hopper has. No, Hopper has heavily. You know what I'm saying?
I feel like
Hopper and his partner. Cause I was really mad at that too. Cause Fam, like I said, Fam swung at the nigga. Hopper still trying to hold his little fire stick, but bro came in while he was still lighting this and ain't got it. And came with an axe. And that nigga grabbed this nigga axe and broke this shit. Like, boy, what the fuck? And knocked this nigga away. Like, get the fuck out of here. Like, and you good. Like, he ate everybody he knocked away, but this nigga. Like, broke his axe and like,
that's plot armor.
yeah, you know what I'm saying? Plot armor. So I mean,
we get to the reveal of Vecna,
which I feel like we went through.
I mean, I feel like we kind of
We
one is Vecna.
We kept basically saying.
No, but we said that, but we didn't talk about. Oh yeah,
we did.
Yeah, we did.
We kept saying we're gonna come back to it, and then like 2 sentences later, we was like, yeah, you know, so when one was Vecna and shit. Like,
Yeah, like, cause we talked about his childhood and all, like, yeah, like, I mean, cause we pretty much said like 11, you know, created Vecna. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, the reveal is the fact that we know that if you know, watching the first episode of watching 11 go through the, you know, facility, and we thought that she was killing everybody and did all this kind of shit. We realized that one kind of, you know, once 11 pulled the pill out of him, he just kind of went on his rampage and kind of killed her and told her to sit. Like, it was really one of those moments where I feel like he didn't want her to see none of that shit.
Well, because he was gonna, I think.
He wanted her to join him.
He wanted her to join, so I think that's why he didn't want her to see it, because he know seeing the rampage, you're not gonna want to join.
So, but now it's like, bro. So this whole series, sitting the demigorgons, everything is all because she didn't go with you, and now you want your get back because she pushed you out and upside down.
Like, you really, like, where we at now? Like, and that's, so like my thing, so
it's like, no, I gotta get my get back.
Because my thing is like, so the thing about it is though, what hasn't been acknowledged in the season is Vecna hasn't acknowledged 11.
We don't know if.
What you mean acknowledge 11?
Like, he hasn't acknowledged that 11, like we know who Vecna is, but Vecna, even though he's been like hunting kids or whatever, like, you know what he's doing,
he's hunting the people around.
Yeah,
there.
he's trying to get her there. Like I said, because she don't know. She don't know. Well, now she do.
Yeah, now she do. I think.
Well, no, she don't know he's Vecna.
No, so I think it's.
She still don't know who it is. Yeah.
But I think it's like I'm hunting this town, knowing that you have a connection to it, so that way I got to get you out to this town.
Yeah.
That's the thing I can think of.
So that means everything that has happened has been to lure 11 back to him some way.
So you know what?
But why?
You know what? Something can happen.
He wants that power.
You know what?
Yeah.
If you want
to,
if you want to put Vecna into the next season or whatever, or even if we do it in the next part, whatever, something does have to happen to somebody that L can't, like, that's put L in her point, in her spot. That's why Vecna starts fucking with L. Yeah. Like, something has to weaken L. Like, even though she gets her power back, something mentally fucks her up that now Vecna is like, gets that power. Like, I'm finna, you know what I'm saying? Like,
or maybe Will, because like Mike's connection to Will, like I said, Mike is gonna take that hard if something happens to Will, and because Mike takes it hard, 11's gonna take it hard.
Could be.
Mike could get. I mean, I'd be mad if Mike get kidnapped again. I don't want Mike to get kidnapped again, and I don't want Mike to get. Not Mike, but Will. I don't want him to get kidnapped again, and I don't really want him to go to the Max. Like, I feel like Max going through her thing. Like, even though we spotted it with Nancy having it real quick, and it kind of came in like quick. You know what I'm saying? Because I was really more like, did Max avoid this? Is this like final destination where he just skip? Or is he gonna double back? Like, nigga, bitch, you left. Like, hold on, cuz. Like,
for the rest of the season, she has headphones on. Yeah. Every situation.
But she had moments she didn't.
Not really.
No, she always had it on.
And unless she's even when she's talking to somebody, she still has the headphones on. Yeah. We don't know how loud they are, but she never really, for the rest of the season, you don't see her without headphones. And even the one small instance when they were at the house and they had to rewind it.
I swear it's more times I saw her talking without him. But I mean, I get what you're saying though. Yeah. Like, it's probably in between rewinds or whatever. Yeah. Too, but I mean, I feel like it was times I saw her with him just not on, and she was just kind of like acknowledging what was going on and talking to everybody. Because I feel like even when they were coming down, like when they were finally bringing everybody through, Like at the end, like I don't think she had her headphones on then at the time when she was watching everybody just kind of come down.
I think she did, but I don't. I'd have to rewatch the last scene again.
Yeah, but I mean,
the song that's where I want to get to.
All right,
Before
so
we go.
we can wrap it up with that.
Yeah, we can wrap. I mean, yeah, because I mean, it's a lot of still areas that we didn't touch, but I mean,
I mean,
we didn't go in any kind of order. It really should have been broken down to like.
That's what's tough with something like Stranger Things though, because it gets dropped all at once.
Yeah.
You can't do the weekly recap.
Yeah.
You kind of just everybody watches it all, and it's like, all right, we're talking this season. It's like that can be 6, 7 fucking episodes itself.
It can't. That's what I'm saying. Like I feel like we probably should do this as a rewind, like a 3-part rewind, talking about Stranger Things. Like from the first 3 episodes to the next 3 episodes and the last, like you know what I'm saying? Like
I mean,
we got it. Then we would have to dedicate ourselves to watching that way.
I mean, no, I'm just saying like if we would, because I mean, you still
once you watch it all, it's hard to talk about it in chronological order.
which is how we got to where we are. We started jumping around.
We only watch, or we only gonna watch 3, and then we gonna talk about it. Like it's the only way you can do it that way. Once you watch it all, it's hard.
we did kind of
We'll figure
we did freestylers too. Like we actually didn't write out like the storyline. Huh?
It wasn't a rewind.
Well, I mean, but I mean, we knew we was gonna talk about this, so it was like we didn't write out like what we make sure key points to talk about. We all kind of winged it. But I mean, no, yeah, Stranger Things was I mean, we figured out for part 2 and part 2. But I mean, yeah, Stranger Things. Right now, like June. We already know June is a big month of all kind of shit.
Right.
So Stranger Things right now
Kenobi rocking.
kicked off my like. I honestly didn't think I'd have been happy getting Stranger Things in October. Like I'm pretty, you know what I'm saying. But having it now was like.
It was a good summer kickoff.
There's 5 shows that are back that I'm watching right now.
It was definitely a good summer kickoff.
5 shows that I'm like I'm all in right now. So songs. Did you find yours?
I think so.
Do you?
And I think I was gonna go with December 4th. I think that's a song. Jay-Z? It's a great song.
That is a great song.
And that's one of those songs where when it comes on, I can't help but to stop and like start singing along, rapping along with it. So I feel like that's a song where if I'm getting dragged around, I hear it like in the background, I'm like, oh shit, hold up. Then I start rapping along, it's like, this ain't real. I know I can get out of this. And, now I'm breaking my way out.
Mine's going to be J. Cole, Dollar in the Dream 2.
Mine is actually going to be Oasis, Champagne Supernova.
All right.
Like, that shit come on. I hear that guitar stringing.
Yeah.
I'm out of this bitch. Like.
All right, so a quick recommendation. Mine's is going to be Stranger Things.
Oh, my recommendation. Which is also I want us to get here, so I can go ahead and wax poetic about the just epic that is Kenobi. Let me tell you, it starts off, the man is hopeless. Like, the last time he seen Anakin, he thought he killed him, and you can see how much that affected him. Right. Like, I don't want to give full-on spoilers, but he run into a Jedi, and fam basically tell him, you don't know me. You don't know me. Like, you may think you know who I am, but nah. Let that happen. Then the whole arc of the series is about how he's basically it's tough. I don't want to give the spoiler, I guess. But it's sort of the arc of the series tells how he got from how hopeless he was at the beginning of the series to basically being the Ben Kenobi you see in episode 4. Okay. And the one thing, Vader is a fucking menace. Like, you get Prime Darth Vader, and he is a fucking menace.
Yeah, I think I've never thought about what Prime Vader would be like.
Bro, I was telling Bacardi earlier the scenes,
I'm excited
and
about Prime Vader.
You gotta watch it.
I haven't started it yet, so I'm about to. I got to.
He is a fucking
There's so many
menace.
shows that are back right now.
Yeah, there is.
And yeah, so definitely watch Kenobi. It's great.
Mine gonna be The Boys season. You know what I'm saying? New season
Also
just
great.
dropped. Yeah. Boys just dropped first episode. I haven't gotten, if anybody knows, it just dropped, and I think they was 3 episodes they give you free off top. I've only got to first and a half of the second episode.
Bro,
but the first episode alone is like, bro, it's just, if you've been a fan of The Boys, then you finna be show your dedication in the first episode. Yeah. You gotta show your dedication in the first episode. You know what I'm saying? If you a fan of the boys, your dedication gonna be tested in the first episode. You know what I'm saying?
It's like this what, like first episode of Black Mirror?
Nah.
No.
Oh, nah.
Nah.
Because I tell people skip first episode of Black Mirror.
Nah, it ain't.
Because
it ain't like.
No, because
like
it's in the
that.
realm. It's still in the realm of the boys.
It's just
so it's like
you
it's just.
see it and you like, bro, wait, this what we on?
That's what we doing. This what the fuck we doing.
Like,
but I mean, like I said, if you watch the boys, you realize it's an escalation moment of like,
yeah.
This is where we at. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is where we at now. Like, this is what I've become as a fan of the boys. This is what I've become. Then I'm okay. Like, I just got to get past. I got to get past this. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know it's going to be better, bigger and better than this. Like, but yeah, so yeah, but like I said, the boys just dropped. If you're a fan of that, like, I'm definitely recommending that. Like, it's already said it's going to be a very intense season again.
Yeah, all right, dope. And then the OG recommendation, man, make sure you go to GeeksetPodcast.com. Make sure you check out all our past episodes. Get you some merch, man. Like I said, we got the Geek Year 2 rocking, man. Make sure you get in there.
Them shouts is on deck.
You
know what I'm saying?
Shorts on deck.
Get you them hoochie shorts, I guess what you want to call them.
I
don't call them hoochie
I
shorts.
Ain't on that, but you know what I'm saying. And then follow us on all social media at Geekset Podcast. Also, by the time you're hearing this, very, very major episode that we really want. Make sure you go to our YouTube page. Check out the interview with Tavio Samuels, CEO of Revolt. Really dope episode talking about culture, talking about black media. It was just like really, really dope, man. I want you guys to make sure you catch those gems that Tavio was dropping down there, man. Like, it's really fucking really ridiculously dope. But also check out all the one-on-one with Deuces, so Free Throw Poppy reviews, Geekset Rewind, like I told you guys earlier in the episode, we got some Geekset plays, some gameplay up there, man. Check out everything that we got on there. I mean, this is the only place that blend hip hop culture and geek culture together that was featured in Forbes, and we are out.
Peace.